guys started. Couple things before we do so. If you know someone who wants to play in a GMR game, send them my way. Let's talk to them about either doing a one-shot or getting on the wait list for a campaign slot. I do have a wait list. Just send them my way. We can talk about getting them into a specific group. Also, one-shots are going to be happening around the holidays, so watch the Patreon, which is over at patreon.com/GMEric, where we do the early announcements there, and also watch the Discord FYI channel where they will be publicly announced. Usually by that point, they fill up pretty quick, so keep an eye out on those. Also, the GM tips and clip videos are over on YouTube. If you do see them, do hit the thumbs up. It does help me out. Also, the archives are over there as well. And the clip contest is currently going on, so if there's a moment from a session you enjoy, throw a timestamp or video clip in the clip contest channel in Discord, and you'll be automatically entered to win a prize at the end of the month. We'll be announcing that prize later. But, on the website over at geomeric.com, I am selling these lovely iris magnets, these holiday iris magnets, and they're guaranteed to prevent rust monsters from showing up in your kitchen, near your fridge, or near your car if you've got one of these on there. So if you do see a rust monster, take a picture, send it to me, and I'll give you your money back on your magnet. Otherwise, guys, let's get you guys started because we got a lot to cover today. So much to cover.
Bet.
All right. You guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoan. And over the past nearly 3 years of this campaign, have traveled all over the globe and have made your way now in an effort to defeat Segeos and end his drug-related threat to the planet. You've come to this rendezvous point just on the southern edge of Australia. You'll be arriving at the rendezvous point in just a couple of hours. You've managed to collect a whole bunch of friends who've promised to help you out. You have a flotilla, an armada of ships, thanks to the world leaders who are here. As you guys are approaching the rendezvous point, is there anything you would like to do before your arrival?
We've got about a day, right? It's morning on day -1, and we'll arrive on the morning of day 0.
You'll be arriving 4 hours from now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is the day of. All right.
Okay. I thought that we had a day like that too because I was
We
going
can give you a day. We can backtrack a little bit. Let's go ahead and do the full day.
Just because I was going to use the simulacrum and that takes a day to cast.
Sure. You're going to do a simulacrum of yourself?
No, we're making a salty sizen.
A salty sizen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real.
All right.
I didn't realize that was real.
It is going to be about 12 hours.
Are you going to sit still for all that time, Sason?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm happy to sit still for that long.
I don't think I need him to. I just need I'll have to cut off, I don't know, like a lock of his hair type thing or something of him.
Okay.
And then I can display it in just a second. But
Cool. So you create a simulacrum of Sison over the span of the day before.
We're just going to try to read that book.
Okay.
The Codex. The
Sure.
Codex of a Draconic Apotheosis.
Okay. Awesome. As you attempt to read it, it's a lot. Like, a lot, Ruzid. It starts off with references to ancient rites and ancient names that don't make any sense to you. How long would you like to read this book that doesn't make a lot of sense?
Ruth is a persistent bastard. He's just going to keep trying to read it for a little bit.
Okay.
Probably a few hours at least.
Awesome. Cool. You'll get some general ideas that this has taken a whole lot of effort. Segeos had to involve a volcano in order to become a dragon.
Okay.
This was not an easy thing, but it did take place in Akeda. There's a lot of doublespeak and innuendos throughout here that imply different things. It's hard to pick out the truth from what you're reading.
Okay.
All right. So while Ruzin's doing that, Coin, what are you doing today?
Coin's going to ask Tati for help to continue working on the potion of maximum power. He has elapsed 8 of the 12 hours needed, so he has to spend about 4 hours working to finish this.
Okay.
4 hours, so he can knock that out. I'll do the medicine check. I'm double checking. It's a DC 24
With
for
help
that.
and guidance.
23. Love to see it.
That's awesome.
Coin's going to be like putting an open hand out to Tati. Clearly missing an ingredient here, as to imply like a guidance roll to get him the extra one.
Yeah, I said it. Help and guidance. Help and guidance.
Yeah, I mean I'll roll it, but he only needs a 1 to pass that. What does a potion of maximum power look like?
Based off of the vials you've got, it looks like most of your other potions, except for it glows with a very strong purplish red energy.
Coin's kind of got his eye up to it.
I was gonna say, if anything, we're over labeling. Is the full list of all ingredients and the number of man hours and the approximate cost and the sell price.
I'd say that looks roughly maximum enough, right?
Any more maximum and it wouldn't fit in the bottle.
And I'm not making another, so this is what we got. Coin puts a lid on it, and he tosses it into the bag of holding with the other potions. Justin updates the list, so it's there now.
Cool.
And he'll spend like a few other hours reading his Tome of Understanding as a break after doing that. That's all he's doing.
Awesome. Ruzin's reading the book of Draconic Apotheosis. Saphira, you're unobserved and left alone at the moment. What would you be doing? Or should I ask, what are you up to?
Certainly not ambitious. I think. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to collect 2 glasses worth of ale, and I am going to go find Stanwyck.
Okay. You can easily go find Stanwyck.
Well, I figured I wanted to show, I was gonna say no hard feelings. There are some hard feelings, but not that many hard feelings. Here, she will kind of do like a little shell game with the glasses, but then place them both down and say, "Take your pick."
He looks at this. Do I have to? I've seen this done before. There's this girl. She's very famous. Her name is Covet von Sin. She's done this trick to someone before. They're both laced with iocane powder, aren't they?
Do you think I'd be? Do you think I'd be a copycat?
Roll your deception check. Thank you. With a 20, no, I guess not. And he will begin drinking one of the pitcher's veil. Does he die?
No, there's nothing in them other than ale.
Okay.
Just wanted to mess with him.
Yep, you are definitely messing with him. All right. He takes it and expects to die any moment. All right. Tati, what are you doing?
Delicious.
Oh, you're helping Coin, correct?
For a few hours. but-
Okay. Saphira, was there something else?
Oh no, nothing else.
All right. Bryn, what are you doing today?
Well, today's our last day before the rendezvous, so we better make it count. May I ask, can we pull up the map again?
Of course. We can absolutely pull up the map.
Okay, so we are still relatively close to the coast of Australia.
Affirmative.
Are we? Okay. I'm wondering if Oshin is our designated teleporter and he's busy. And that's totally fine. But I'm wondering if I can get to the Australian landmass somehow. We have some flying carpets, and we have a soldier with a Pegasus. I think the entire party is occupied, except for maybe Saison, if he's not staying with Oshin for the whole casting. So I'm wondering if I could take a flying carpet and touch down on the Australian continent and try and contact Shalone, because that's the one thing I kept saying I was going to do and have not gotten around to doing yet.
Okay. So you grab a hold of one of the carpets and head over to the Australian coast.
Excellent. Before I leave, I'm going to cast Rary's telepathic bond,
Okay.
just so that I have a line to the rest of the party, and I'll give it a two-hour duration.
Real quick, Bryn, if I don't have to stay, I don't know how I've decided on that. I'm happy to join as well. It might not be a good idea to have backup just in case.
I think that's a very good idea. Just to have another person go with me. So yeah, Saison can absolutely come along if.
I'll join on my Pegasus if there's no issue.
Amazing. Wonderful. Yeah. So Bryn is just gonna go to the Australia, touchdown at Australia, and is gonna lay down to confirm that he is linked into the Wayfinder network.
You are.
And once he's far enough inland that he can see the Wayfinder crystals, he's just going to reach out in his mind and see if Shalone responds.
And as you do so, she responds. Hello, Bryn.
Mr. Shalone, a pleasure to speak with you.
Indeed. I'm busy awaiting you.
Yes, I have come to speak with you because we expect that we're about 1 day from the rendezvous, and after that, the assault on the island is imminent. So the first thing we wanted to ask is how go your efforts?
He is contained.
Excellent. So just so you know, we have come across another ally who has gifted us a fleet of little boats. So once we approach the Changemaker and the rest of the fleet, the World Eater's fleet, we're going to assault the island at least the intention is that we assault the island in a swarm of little landing boats. I think there's about 4 dozen. Oh, I did say Changemaker. I meant the flight risk. Old habits die hard.
It's only been a year.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Good God.
To be fair,
anyway.
we haven't been on our own ship for half the time, so it's hard to adjust to the name. It's really only the last week.
I still think of ourselves as being the Changemaker crew, even though the ship is lost in lost in space forever. So yeah, we have about 4 dozen little landing boats, and so that's what the attack is going to look like. Just so you know when you see it.
Very well.
The other thing I wanted to ask is, can you tell us anything more about the island itself? We've done a pretty good job of preparing for the assault. We've learned a lot about our enemy, but the one thing we don't know is the layout of the island. And we were wondering if you could tell us anything about the geography of, what side of the island is it wisest to attack from? What is the terrain going to look like when we land? Does Sigeos have some kind of base in the form of like a big palace? Are there civilians there that we need to look out for? Just anything that you can tell us would be incredibly helpful.
You are not going to devastate the whole island for his crimes against me? I believe that was the deal.
Well, we certainly intend to, but devastating takes a lot of time and effort, and the more we know about the terrain, and the layout, well, not they say knowledge is power, and if there's anything more we can learn in the last day, that will make our efforts significantly easier.
Well, it is a rocky outcropping with many, many inroads and fjords. There are defenses that I cannot breach. There's a ward that prevents flight.
That's good to know. That is very good to know.
I do not
was
believe it
already thinking about-
affects Sageos himself.
I was already, well, if he has actual, do you know if it only prevents magical flight or if you have like actual wings?
I am
will that-
unaware.
Well, we might have to test it out. It's
Considering
good that
I
you told
cannot
us.
fly there, I would assume it is both.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking of just casting fly on the whole party, and that would have been a huge waste. So glad we figured that out. That's good to know. What else can you tell us?
Not much. The place is wreathed in a fog that I cannot pierce. But I know what it once was. A grand palace with tangled corridors. It will not be easy to find such a devious dragon inside of there.
All right, good to know. Thank you for your time. We appreciate your helping us in this matter.
Should I dash these other ships upon the shore?
Please don't. We need as much help as we can get, and so if you can help them land safely, we'll probably be sharing a couple of boats with them. The more boats land safely, the more damage we'll be able to do.
Very well.
So, that being said, they're not great people. So, once the raid is over, if it's been successful, and we've parted ways, well, I'll just
You're
leave it at that.
alone. Are you going to say the words I want you to say?
Bryn is thinking about it because so far, Bryn's greatest regrets are not killing people. And I don't think Bryn can condemn himself, can bring himself to condemn the entire World Eater fleet. But he will just say, the alliance with the World Eaters is temporary, and I will leave it up to you what you want to what you want to do once the island has been destroyed. And then Bryn will stand up and
So the black
nod
ships are
decision.
fine as well.
Sorry, what ships are fine?
The black ones.
The black
The black
Sorry?
ships with black sails that approach.
Remind me, is that the World Eaters or is that something else?
The world leader ships are red with red sails.
That's what I thought.
You're unaware of
I-
any ships that have black sails.
I didn't think so. That sounds new.
Would we know of the Longstriders Consortium, what their ships look like in general?
Usually they are just whatever merchant vessel they've managed to commandeer or purchase.
Yeah, like they're like a cobbled together. Okay, that's new. I'd say leave them alone, because if they're here to help us, I might have to get back to you on that. We are not aware of any other we're not aware of. We don't know what ships with black sails are like. I'd say, in the absence of any other information, I would suggest we let them through, and not destroy them. But that's a huge gamble. If I learn more, I'll try and come back to you.
Okay.
And that's all. That concludes all of my business.
Very well.
And
Travel
then,
well. I
yeah,
shall see you soon,
looking forward to it.
Gemflower.
Looking forward to it. And that's all. We can head back to the ship.
Just to check, do you share any of that before we leave?
Definitely. I'm going to use the telepathic bond to share with the rest of the party that there's another fleet heading towards the island, and they're black ships with black sails, and I have no idea what that means.
Could those be part of the spiders?
They could be. It feels too obvious. That I feel like if a criminal organization would use black ships with black sails, I don't really know if their operation is like above board military force.
I think at
anything's
some
possible.
point, does anyone remember? At some point, I thought we heard that they like to use spider innuendos, jokes, things like that inside of like ship names and such that they had. Can anyone confirm that? Does anyone remember if we heard that?
That sounds
I would
familiar,
if
but
I
my
were them.
brain might just be making it up.
What was that, Sapir?
I mean, I would if I were them.
Well, Bryn, could you check in real quick and see if you can see a name on any of the ships? Because if that is the case, I think that's too many coincidences. Maybe we should immediately not trust those.
Yeah, Brandon will lay down again and say, "Hey, Shalom. Real sorry to bug you, but if you're still there, can you look for names on the ships?"
I'm here. The lead ship is called the Phantom Run.
The Phantom Run. Okay, that's a really badass name. Doesn't necessarily tell us if they're good or evil, or neither.
I will allow
Right.
you one history check,
All right.
and it's an extremely high check.
Wait,
All right.
Ben, couldn't you try to cast legend lore on that thing? On that name?
Well, that might be the next option. My history is not great, but we hit a nat 20.
All right.
You love to see it.
I'm going to send this to Bryn Gemflower.
Sure.
Incredible. Well, it's not. It's a +4. I'm not hitting above
That's the
30s
green, buddy.
with that.
His luck.
Makes up for all the nat ones we've gotten.
Oh,
What you eating?
Oh, ramen.
do you
Um,
add stuff to your ramen?
I put pieces of chicken and sometimes vegetables.
Good.
Yeah, it's delicious and also very easy to make.
Put some sesame seeds in there.
Yeah,
It
good
hits.
stuff.
There you go,
I think
sir.
I have heard of the Phantom Run. It's a pirate ship.
Like a
and
cool pirate or like a
no,
make problems for us pirate?
maybe both. The only people who haven't ever claimed to have encountered it, and credibly, they're the last ones alive. From what I remember, they basically kill everyone and leave one person alive to tell the story. And yeah, these guys
Man, that
are
is pretty cool.
dangerous. But are they in league with Sigeos? Okay, this bears
I kind of
investigating.
doubt those types would be in league with Segeos.
All right, Shalom, thank you for your time. And still laying on the ground, Bryn is going to look up at Sason and say, anything else we should ask before we leave?
Not top of my head.
Me neither. All right, let's get out of here. Get back to the ship before something horrible inevitably happens.
You hear dragons roar in the far distance.
Okay, yep, that's our cue.
That's our cue.
Let's go.
All right, you guys fly back to the ship.
Just so you know, that wasn't me, Bryn.
Oh, no, I would have heard it in my head. I don't know if we're close enough to the ship. Anyway. Let's head back.
Okay.
I don't know anything about I'm assuming, as Brandon mentioned, the Phantom Run and the telepathic.
Yes. Depending on how long it took us to get to land, conversation with Shalone was probably between 10 minutes and a half hour. So at some point the telepathic bond will run out. But yes, until it does, I'll relay that information to the rest of the crew.
I haven't heard the name of that ship then. Would I know anything about it?
Let's roll your history check. With the 25, you will have the same information that Bryn had. So I will send you exactly what I sent him.
Plus 15, good lord. We love rogues.
There you go.
I think Tati's is higher than mine too.
Yep. All right. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do today?
I think we call it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be a slow, if even tense day for a lot of the crew members. You know, just getting our ducks in order.
Indeed.
So how'd that brewing of the maximum power potion go, Coin?
I don't know if it's max because I'm too scared to drink it, but it's very purple, so I think we're good.
Well, were you
Are they
trying to
usually
get, like
purple?
a maximum power? What
I,
did you do?
I didn't want to make it a 3/4 potion, you know? Otherwise,
Dragon potion is slightly above average power.
I mean, maybe it'd be cheaper. It'd just be like I can go get another vial of water and just dilute it.
Yeah, might work.
What? So if I drink that thing and then cast Meteor Swarm, it's gonna like turn the whole island into dust?
I think that's the idea. You pop the right spell with this, it's gonna crank out the most damage for sure.
It's a
But I'm not
healing
really-
field type of potion.
Yeah. Not really a magic type, so you guys can figure that one out.
That said, before we get ready for the next day, should we consider our breakdown of items for the actual siege itself? Because I'm still holding some items that could be pretty good attuned to people, and I don't want us just having items sitting on the table so someone could use them.
That sounds wise. We also have an orb of dragonkind that we've been.
That's one of the
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I've got an orb of dragonkind. I do have the dragon lance, which I think the Holy Avengers better serves us, in my hands at least. And then I also have the Rod of Absorption, which is pretty powerful. I could attune one of these again. I do currently have a Ring of Protection, which I could swap for these, but as we saw last time, I don't think the Orb of Dragonkind is really worth it for me.
Yeah. So I have two that I should definitely carry. The Gemflower is a +3 boost to my my attack bonus and save DC. It also gives me advantage on Arcana checks, which can help me identify spells being cast, and lets me mess with my initiative. So I think the Gemflower is a no-brainer, as well as Zarud's Walking Stick, which is my source of portent dice. I think those are the best options, best in slot right now. The third item I have I'm attuned to is the third Chrononacrum key, which gives me the ability to stop time and bring other people
That's
into the
strong.
time slot. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
somebody should definitely have it. I'm happy to keep carrying it. Excuse me. But if there's something else, for instance, if we want me to carry the Orb of Dragonkind, so I can cast spells with meta magic through it, and I'm also a high charisma, so I can use it pretty reliably. If we want to free up another spot for Sason, that's someone else can carry the third key.
If it takes an attunement slot, I can have one open for the fight.
Okay, what do you have? What do you have right now?
Well, I have two that I'm not gonna get rid of because one's an amulet of health, and then my spell book. But the
Yeah,
third
awesome.
one is the ring that I use when we teleport, but we can't teleport when we're on the island.
Ah, that is
Yeah,
very
definitely want to
useful.
free that up then.
Yeah, good thinking.
Okay, let's start with this idea. Who is best to carry the Rod of Absorption? Which I will display.
Is that a reaction?
I believe it is, yes.
In that case, if there's a person who doesn't use their reaction very much, if you are a spell, hang on. It looks like anyone can absorb it. Excuse me. Let me read it thoroughly.
Yeah, so anyone can absorb it, but keep in mind it has to absorb things that only target you.
Oh
so
shit!
you
But
would
then,
want to use
if you are a spellcaster, you can convert energy stored into.
Yeah.
Oh geez, that's so strong.
I think, as nice as it would be for myself to carry it, I think other spellcasters should do it because honestly, with the save or suck type effects, I'm probably going to save, while other people might
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
Doesn't
Sheen,
this
do you
rod
want
already
this?
have a lot of spells levels stored in it?
It has, I believe, 17.
Correct.
I would need to double check that. Yeah, I don't have my notebook today, but that sounds right.
Oh, Sheen,
I'm-
you could totally have this. This is awesome, and it works really well for you.
Yeah, I mean, whichever you guys think is, because I have an open attunement, so whichever you think will be the most useful for the fight, I'll put there.
Okay, so let's say, between Bryn and Oshin, we have Orb of Dragonkind and Rod of Absorption. So who's better served by what? Because I think you could both benefit from the Rod really well. The question is, who is going to be hurt by the Orb of Dragonkind the least? And also, do we even think it's worth attuning for this?
Oh, I meant the key for the other one, because the orb one, I will not pass this save.
Okay, all right, perfect. Then we're not going to give you the orb. That makes that easy. Okay, so Rod of Absorption. What are your saving throws like for both of you?
I have for Rod of Absorption.
Yeah, just because I'm thinking the thing you're going to be using most often, if you're not fighting something like Disintegration, you're probably going to be fighting a save or suck type effect.
Plus 3 dex, plus 1 whiz, plus 8 con. Plus one whiz is pretty bad.
That is pretty bad. That doesn't make me hesitate. But on the other hand, how is Oshin looking?
Oh, I threw mine in the
gotcha.
on here, but mine aren't much better, seeing as I started off as a barbarian. I don't have the wizard.
Yeah, my also.
Saves.
The other thing is my reaction is pretty monopolized. Because in addition to counterspell and things like silvery barbs and held actions, the walking stick requires me to use a reaction to use a portent die. So honestly, it might be better that if I have to use my reaction to kill a spell anyway, I just counterspell it. If it's just a single target, because let's be honest, the odds of actually using it to absorb a spell are pretty slim. And if you do absorb a spell, it eats your reaction. I think it's definitely we want someone with spell slots to have it. Sason, are you sure you don't want this?
I think it's best for me not, because again, I'm probably going to make most of my saving throws, considering I have advantage and the high saves. And I do use my reaction a lot, because I also have things like counterspell, and I can take damage for people. So taking mine down is always kind of a cost.
I forgot you can take damage for people. That's
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
Um,
So, who's going to take it? Or it's
I
nobody.
vote Oshin.
Okay.
Someone should definitely have it because it's
Yeah.
really good.
The other
I'll
consideration is Saphir is also a possibility because you could use even your lower level spell slots, but I do think Oshin's a very good choice.
All right. So, Oshin,
Cool.
you taking
Okay.
it?
Sure.
All right.
Oshin also has actual 9th level spells, and I think
Yeah.
he's the only person in the party that does. The highest actual spell I have is level 6.
Cool.
And so Oshin can like wish multiple times with this.
Yep.
You know,
Um,
funny enough, I can
That's pretty OP.
Yeah.
technically astral projection at 9th level, but I don't think that's a reason to take it. No.
All right. So, she takes the rod of absorption. Is there
Yep,
anything
I'll
else you
pass
guys
that
want to
in.
do tonight?
Again, I think to consider for me is Orb of Dragonkind. Does anyone think we should equip that? Anybody?
I think it's a gamble that is not. Damn it!
I don't have the attunement slots to even consider it.
What if
We
it
also
just works?
who actively attacks because they're going to have disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Orb of Dragonkind just works? Like, what if we use it to try and ensnare Sageos, and it just freaking works? I'll take it. I'll give up the third Conan Akram key, and someone else can stop time with it. Saison, I think.
I'll take the key. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade you because I think that you're the person that I most often bring into the time stop anyway. So I
Yeah.
think. All right, I will remove Cronin Akram key 3. Can you check that you can add it to your character sheet?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, it'll be there.
But we can do that in a minute. Don't worry. We'll do that after we figure everything out. Okay, I'll take that. You'll take the Dragon Orb. Keep in mind also, we might have a chance to swap it during the raid if it like takes a while. If at some point we need to take a rest, we could try and swap around equipment if you can't draw him out with this.
Yeah, it's well, I'm more thinking of we use it like in battle, and he's like trying to get away, and just like keep him locked. I mean, having him right in my face is like not. Although I could drop it on the ground.
Keep in mind that we don't want this thing to break.
Oh, definitely. Oh shit, you're right. Well, I don't think Sageos wants it to break either,
Sure.
but we can cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right. So, you take the Orb of Dragonkind.
well,
Awesome. You give the Chronacrim key to Saison.
Yes,
You guys
please.
attune to those.
I
Yes,
think I'm going to have to make some rolls.
I will
while-
be with you and
Go
give
ahead.
you advantage with my sword out and my aura when you do it. So let me know when you're about to.
The initial one is a charisma check, so
Oh, you're right. It's just a check, not even saving
yeah,
throw. Yeah.
I do have an extra +3 because of my my Jack of all trades feature, and so one moment, I'll just we'll call this Orb of Dragonkind. It is a charisma check. I am half proficient. We'll save that. Okay, so yeah, when you... Oh no, that's Rod of Absorption. Orb of Dragonkind. While attuned to the orb, you can use an action to peer into the orb's depths and speak its command word, making a DC 15 charisma check. On a successful check, you control the orb as long as you remain attuned to it. On a failed check, you become charmed as long as you remain attuned.
Right.
So yes, I'd like to attempt the check.
Very well. I would like you to do this in a GM roll.
Secretly. Yes, please. We can definitely do that. So I will do... How do I do that?
Just do /GM roll and then 1d20 and we'll add your bonus.
GM roll.
1d20.
Is it all one word or is there a space?
It's
between
/GM roll altogether, space,
Okay.
1d20 plus whatever your
1d20.
modifier is.
And then I have +8 because it's 5 charisma plus half my proficiency bonus.
No, it's just a charisma check.
Yep. It's so +5, and I have Jack of
Awesome.
all trades.
Awesome.
So I'm half proficient.
Very well.
So yep, that's the result.
Sweet. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Keep in mind you have advantage against being charmed as half elf as well, if it matters.
It's not a save. It's a consequence of failure.
Oh, that's only for save.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's fine.
I think that's how it works.
Uh,
It's listed as under the saving throws benefits. I have advantage against being charmed.
Cool. I mean, I'm sure he seems fine to us no matter what.
Bryn is gonna not notice anything regardless as well. I think that it's just he attunes to it, and whether he controls the orb or the orb controls him.
All right.
Oh, the orb has various properties that we should determine for.
It should be the same
has-
properties as before.
Oh, excellent.
Yes,
Can we?
so- I have that. It's in my character sheet. I can also just tell you. It has +2 to all spell casting if you use it as your spell casting thing, but you have +3, so ignore that. Then everything else is just bad. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls, and all healing done by you and on you is reduced by half.
Healing done by me and on me is done by half, and I have disadvantage on attack rolls. Sorry, what were the other ones?
The other thing is +2 to spell casting if you use it as your spell casting focus, but you have a +3 thing, so
Okay.
Eric said that
Yeah.
you not.
I won't be using it.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
The only other thing I was going to do tonight, which I will take time, but I'll after I finish casting the simulacrum, I'll outfit Salty Sison with stuff so he's not like he has armor and weapons and stuff, but I can just do that
Okay.
on the side.
Awesome. Cool.
Guys, you forgot the best item. You dig back into the bag of holding and produce the dodecahedron of doom. Ta-da!
What's that?
It's one of our many items that we shouldn't leave behind.
How many sides are on that?
12.
D-
Well, they say 12, but honestly, kind of
Would be
like 6.
dodecahedron.
Should we be worried about the doom prospect of that?
It's
I
gonna be
think
doom
whoever
for
named it
enemies,
was
right?
just into like dramatic naming sense.
So
It's
like
doom
if you
for enemies.
so if you rolled that right now, it wouldn't it just explode.
Probably not.
Well, maybe.
Okay, well substitute explosion for a very bad thing occurring to us.
Well, maybe.
Probably not.
Okay, we'll keep that one in the back pocket for a worst case scenario.
I will keep it in my back pocket.
I bet if you throw it at Sagaos, it'll turn into like a rabbit or something cool.
You don't even have to attune to it. Yoink.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody want to cast a spell into my Island's Donor Reserve? I can attune that since I won't be using my Wings of Flying.
Well, that's a good call because you won't be able to fly. What
Yeah, that's
spells
why
do you
I
want?
to tune into my Wings of Flying.
I'm happy to put spells in if you want one. What are you looking for?
I ain't picky.
They can take 3 or under, right?
Correct.
All right. What's everyone else thinking? What do they have available? I could give you. I mean, counter spell's always nice. I could give you an invoke.
Counter spell.
I can also give you an invoke the Emerith if that's interesting to you. Give you a little ability to do foretelling type rolls.
I say whatever's
Kind of fun.
Sorry, what was that?
That does sound kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm down. Anyone something though they want to give? You've got all the options of the spellcasters here.
Honestly,
Let
I'm
me
really
think
just
about
looking for first thing that comes to your mind.
I can cast a ceremony into that if you like. Like it's like deputizing you for like funeral rites or uh, best friends even after death ceremonies.
There's a stone that you cast that thing instantly. So what? You could have like a quick marriage in 6 seconds.
It's
What
a
that
real
even
quick
look like?
marriage.
It would be hilariously disrespectful to kill Sigeos and then cast that for his own
His
funeral.
Stay down.
Wait, that would be amazing. You should
So-
do that.
For your consideration, Saphira, you should probably do something that's, useful in combat, but if you really don't need it, there's your backup.
That would be like the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah, it's just a hard stay down this time.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like we need to be stronger to be disrespectful. Okay. I'll give you. How many spells can you take?
I can just take 3 levels of spells.
3 levels of spells. So I can give you that, or I could give you like 3 first levels. Yeah, I mean, if you just want that 3rd level, great. Otherwise, I could do like Command, Sanctuary, Shield of Faiths, something like that.
Just do that one.
Is that one? All right, cool. There you go. Invoke the Amaranth. You got one saved in your stone.
Excellent.
Any other preparations before you guys go to bed tonight?
Coin will
Yes.
read another hour or 2 of his tome.
Okay,
That's it.
cool. All right. So as you guys sleep tonight, you will hear the far-off peals of thunder as you guys are approaching your rendezvous point. As the day dawns, it's partly cloudy, and you guys are going to be arriving very soon. Anything you want to do this morning? As everyone wakes up, ready for the rendezvous. That's a no?
Coin has no plans. Nah, I got nothing.
All right. Cool. Understood. So, as you guys approach the rendezvous after 4 hours, you begin seeing in the distance the Isle of Akeda. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys here. As it is currently beset by the storms of Shalon. You guys stated that you wanted to meet for a rendezvous on the shorelines of Australia before heading over there.
Correct.
Well, as you guys are approaching the shoreline, there's someone waiting on the shores.
Familiar or unfamiliar?
It's a cloaked and hooded figure, seems to be waiting.
Like waiting next to their ship or just stranded?
Just standing on the shoreline, waiting and waving at you. As the figure stands there, she throws back her hood, and you see the shine of pink armor.
Fucking way. Holy shit. Welcome back, Rosie.
Let's go.
I just want to say that silhouette, probably at least familiar from, the waist down. It's hard to miss.
That's sick as hell. Welcome, welcome.
Oh wait, she's not a centaur.
I think
Also,
We
yes,
can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Yes.
You're a little quiet, but we can hear you.
in and out.
Yeah, I will turn you up on my end so that we can hear you at least on my end. All right. Try again. Oh, she
This kind of makes sense. Our ship is still like half a
far
mile
away,
out.
right? Yeah.
We couldn't exactly hear her talking.
You guys are still breaking up. Can you hear me?
We can hear you just barely. Yes.
Very quietly.
This is very like this is exactly how it would sound in universe.
Hey, stop! Had your hair
Still
off.
going in and out. Hold on 1 second.
With that said, Coin is looking at the horizon. He's not gonna have a reason to say like, even if he can't see her face, he's gonna be like, let's head towards the figure and inquire.
Okay. As you guys make
Okay.
your way, go ahead.
Nope, I hear now.
We can hear you, just barely.
I have you at 200%.
Yeah, I've got it cranked.
I'm just gonna yell as loud as I can.
That works.
Okay.
Just project. Awesome. So you see Crystal Latte standing on the shoreline. As your ship pulls up, you're able to disembark and meet her at the rendezvous point.
You're a little far from the blue pink castle, don't you think?
Well,
good to
well,
see you.
well. Look at what the tide blew in. Washed in, blew in. Came in,
Yeah,
blew in.
might notice their ship's a little different. This
Hmm.
one is not Centaur accessible, but it doesn't seem that'll be an issue, apparently.
Well, I have to say it did look better pink. But, you know, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, well, this one's not magic, so you can't change the paint.
Pink. Okay. It's worth a try.
Isn't that going to
Double check
trigger
that
one of
doesn't
our
happen.
carpets?
Yeah, Bryn's carpet starts floating in the air and he scrambles to pull it back down.
Bryn, not only is your carpet floating in the air, your hair is too. It's
Really?
standing on end.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
As a lightning strike happens right next to Crystal Latte.
No way.
Oh, this is so
No
cool.
way!
Holy shit. Dude.
Washed in. It's look what the tide washed in.
Wash in. You didn't make the entrance on time. Damn it.
Holy moly.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
How the kids doing?
Good. Or so I'm told with my from regular updates because I've been out here at sea, but I seem great.
Well, damn.
You guys are right on time.
We're about to kick so much ass.
Well, I think an introduction's in order then. Coin's going to turn back to the ship. I don't know if everyone has gotten off yet, but he's going to point towards Oshin and Sazin and specifically beckon you two over.
Yeah.
I'll follow and bring other Sazin as well.
Oh yeah, there are two seasons.
Oh yeah, and the salty Sazin.
If Eric has no problem with it, I want Salty Season to be in winter form.
Sure.
Great. Just easy differential. But anyway, yeah, I'll walk over as well.
So, this is Crystal and Isaac, former or, past members of the crew. And he will put his hand out.
Just, temporarily
That's
doing
okay.
other things.
There's this guy Gilman, but we don't talk about him. This is Oshin, Sazin, and Sazin. Salty Sazin, we call him. Most recent members of the crew.
Season, Salty, Season, and Ocean. Nice to meet you.
Close enough, honestly.
Pleasure. It's a
We've
pleasure.
actually-
How long have you been hanging out with the group? How long? Actually, yeah. Out of curiosity, canonically, how much time has passed? How long have Crystal and I been away?
You guys have been apart from the crew. Crystal has kind of lost track of time because, yeah. But as far as Isaac goes, couple months.
So I think he looks Sizen and Oshin over. It's like, you guys are fitting into the group
Sorry.
nicely already.
Almost 8 months. Because you guys took a 6-month break.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
He
technically.
helped us fight a demigod and win. And Saphira. We fought Saphira too.
It's a long
Multiple
story.
times, like a couple times actually.
There.
Did you crash the ship one too many times and they finally just got sick of it?
No,
I'm
it
going.
was-
Someone said what I was thinking.
She kind of metaphorically crashed the ship, but the ship was intact.
She got us a new ship, so it's fine.
I don't know how much longer we're gonna even have this ship at this rate. I'm pretty sure Segaeus is just gonna wreck it the second we leave.
Never.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
I mean-
too married to this one.
Well, then we just go to the plane of water and find the changemaker and get it back.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's schedule's clear after Segaeos, right? Like, I didn't plan anything.
I'm free. I'm free that day.
Well, now that we got Isaac back, maybe he can navigate the plane of water. Dude's super talented with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, how much can you influence this coin waves at the hurricanes? This. Maybe not hurricanes, but storms.
I was about to say, Hurricane is much more of a nickname you get at a frat party and not a thing I can actually just do. But I appreciate the respect you have.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've seen you do some pretty crazy shit before. Who knows what you figured out in the last 8 months?
As much, I mean, I have some stuff I'd love to. I have some gifts I could maybe bestow from you guys that I found in my last 8 months of travel, but I don't know if a hurricane in my pocket is one of them.
Well, damn.
So it's not a hurricane in your pocket. You are just happy to see.
I'm just happy to see you, Sizen. Yep, exactly.
Well, you've been slacking then. We all picked up new tricks. Watch this. Coin disappears.
Wow.
You cast empty
Hey.
bodies specifically. to
Crystal,
disappear.
you see no
I think
change.
there's a beat of silence, and Isaac looks at the rest of the group and goes, "Something tells me he can still talk in this form. You can still hear him, can't you?"
No.
I
We
know
just
exactly
pretend
where he
not
is.
to.
He's right there.
We tell him that we can't hear him.
That explains so much. I don't know how to turn this off.
Can we like
Can
dump
I-
a bucket of water on you so you're just like dripping? So it's just like kind of a watery outline.
Mechanically, can I actually like end empty body?
Nope.
I'm just stuck invincible.
You can make an attack roll or do something harmful, but that's it.
Well, that wouldn't end it. It's not.
Not true.
It's not the invisibility
Yeah.
spell. It just is.
Yeah, you're just invisible. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna clap intermittently so you remember where I am. And then it claps.
I already know where you are, Coin. Didn't you try to sneak up on me with this thing like at one point, and then I already knew where you are because
Oh,
I
regularly.
can sense you?
Does not
Why don't you
work.
try sneaking up on someone else?
Well, I might be able to, because 55 ships should be showing up here pretty soon.
You look in the distance and you can see 50 ships, red ones, coming across the horizon. But on the other horizon, you see 10 black ships with black sails headed your way.
That's not 55 ships. That's like 60 ships.
Hey, so there's no chance that those black ships are with either, yeah, are they?
Crystal's gonna wave at the black ships.
As
That
she
doesn't
waves at the black
really
ships,
explain anything.
fireworks erupt from the black ships up into the air. Pink fireworks.
Wait, and you
Oh.
brought reinforcement. You are the best. You are the best.
I told you pink is better.
Really pops
Pink is the
across
best.
the torrential blue skies.
Why are the ships black then?
Because they look good.
Because they're
It's
not.
called contrast season.
Crystal?
I just
What's your response, Crystal?
They're not my ships. But the fireworks are.
all right. Okay.
Oh, Crystal's dad. I don't think we ever met Crystal's dad. I'm not gonna say anything else. That's her business.
I almost did.
You. Wow, growth. Good job, Tati. High five. Tati.
Yeah, I escaped though.
So I'm obviously happy to see both of you. Inclined to ask, how much has the consortium and/or, I guess, Silas informed you of what's going on?
When when is going on?
When I I kind of assumed you were here in
You've been
regards.
spending too much time in that palace, Crystal. We got to get you out of there.
Well, okay, so last week we were only supposed to go back 20 minutes. We went back 20 years. I'm just having trouble remembering exactly what.
I think you should just focus on your breathing for now.
Are you playing?
Coin claps again. That does not answer my question, by the way. Were you informed of the details of the raid particularly? Or would you, like, I assume this fleet of 50 ships, you guys don't seem to be freaking out. So it's the World Eaters.
No, in our time off, I picked up a few scrolls and potions, and Crystal picked up a navy.
Damn.
Everyone prepares differently.
Hey,
Well, I don't
bro.
think, unless Eric says otherwise, I assume Isaac is not fully briefed and is just, I heard there was an opportunity to blow shit up and get a little rich, so.
Yeah, Isaac
here
only
for
heard
the-
that they were going to do something. You would have heard from the Longstreet's Consortium that this was the rendezvous point, and you
Gotcha.
were sent here to do what I told you. So that's your task at the moment, other than to help out here. Because you're the fastest one to get here.
Well, we'll fill you in, obviously, but if you wait 10 minutes for these guys to get here, I kind of got to run them down on the plan, update them on the plan anyways, so you might fill in the blanks that way, just listening in.
You gonna do a rousing speech too, Coin?
It wasn't on my to-do list today, but I'd see if I could squeeze it in.
Well, do you guys know the basics?
I was gonna say, if you wanted to talk about blowing stuff up, I'm sure Sason would be happy to consult with you on that.
Okay, first of all, that was in a false past, so we're not talking about that.
I don't know if it counts as a false pass as much as just an undone one.
We got better. That's all that matters.
True.
And accidents happen, and I love this group for the forgiveness they bring. Anyway, you two do know the basics. That we're here to kill a big dragon. Yeah, you know.
And
that much at
not
least?
me, the other dragon.
Not him, a bigger dragon.
I've
I
fought
think
Sagaeus
Sagaeus is
before.
much bigger than me. He's more of the cunning, smaller, and spellcasty dragon instead of the really big and terrifying one, right?
Actually, I feel like he's small for one of the really large ones was my guess, but honestly, I haven't really seen him.
Technically, these two have heard Sagaeus. They were actually there when we ran the hell away from him.
Oh yeah, good time.
Yeah, if you can find that one in your mind palace.
Now we're running
Crystal,
towards him.
Got that message to Sagaeus and got us out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, well,
glad we're here to finally kill him. I'm glad you're here to finally kill him.
we're finishing the job. And T-minus, is it 2 days? I honestly have lost track too. How far off is the World Eater's fleet seem to be? We can see them, but
They're
is it
going to
like...
be here in a couple of hours.
Gotcha. What is the environment that we're meeting on? Is this just
It's a shoreline, just a beach. There's rocky outcroppings behind you guys. It's generally just a nice beach. Lightning blasted, where there's glass underneath Isaac's feet. It's a nice big circle that spirals outwards like a star pattern across the sand. Crystal is standing there serene and beautiful as always. She's brought a fleet of ships.
Crystal's gonna clap her hands and there'll be a picnic for a hero's feast.
A picnic
Oh,
appears
legend.
for a hero's feast for you guys.
Yes.
It's absolutely biblical. Crystal shows up, creates food, and Isaac parts the storm for a perfect picnic day.
They're never this excited for my food.
This could not be a better way to get ready for a big fight.
So,
Great to see you.
as you guys sit down for your feast, the
I wish I
food
could
is
see
good.
it.
Good?
I see you though. I wish I could see it.
It's great to see you and not be seen.
He's
Or
only
clap.
invisible for a minute.
It's only a minute.
The fact that you guys are playing along with the fact that he may still be invisible even though he's not is hilarious.
You said we were supposed to not see it, right? Oh, it wasn't. It was not hear him. That's the one.
Right.
Coin will time his last clap with 60 seconds as he reappears.
All right.
All right, let's pass the time.
So, as you guys wait, Crystal, your father's fleet will stay off the coast, but in the distance, you can see him on his ship waving at you. I'm going to remove Crystal and Isaac's art for just a moment here, guys, just because I need to have a little bit of room, because we're going to do a lot of things here. So, we're going to move them for a sec. As you guys enjoy your feast on the black ships, you can see Jerome the Centaur, pirate leader of his own fleet. He is proud and armed. There's an entire army of Centaur pirates that have come to the call of Crystal Latte to assist in this fight. A small black boat will be sent to shore for Crystal to join the fleet when she's ready to depart.
So, okay. So, I've been traveling a lot. So, bear with me before I head back to the ship. But I heard that you were going to tackle the dragon again, and I figured that it would be better if you didn't run. So I brought you some stuff.
Oh?
She's going to take out like what is basically the equivalent of like a very large like soccer mom purse. And sticking it in.
Okay.
And the first thing she's gonna pull out. The first thing she's gonna pull out is a spell scroll. She's gonna hand it to Ruzid. This is a spell scroll of True Polymorph. And she's gonna kind of like smirk and be like, maybe you should be a dragon to fight a dragon, you know?
Well, I already am, but it could be like even bigger dragon. Like,
Maybe you could be a really big dragon to fight a
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's gonna pull out a coin, like a larger than average coin, that just has
Head
like,
turn.
has like
Head turn.
a tail like on both sides, so it's like heads or tails. It has like the tail on both sides. And this is, you guys will recognize this as the portent die that was in I think when we were battling the Mind Flayer way back in the day. That was permanent. Like it doesn't ever go away. Like you can use it whenever. There's no time.
Nice.
And I rolled it and it was a 1. That's the next
Yep.
one. So Crystal's giving that to Coin.
Wonderful.
This thing's as
That's
big as my head.
incredible.
I really like that picture of Coin like tipping over to hold the coin.
So
Wait.
how does the portent die work? Does it need to be attuned, or does
No, it
somebody...
is a single portent that gets used one time. Crystal never used it.
Okay, but like, does somebody have to be in physical possession of it?
Yeah,
or...
you have to be in physical possession of it. It's just a consumable one-time portent.
Cool. Oshin, do we want to? You're the regular portent user. Do you want to just hang on to that as well?
Oh, she gave it to Coin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give it
she gave it to Coin.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
much will you pay me for it?
She gave it to Coin,
Also good to
guys.
trade it. Yeah.
I thought it was just coming out. I didn't realize it was given to a specific.
No,
person.
it was
Coin,
given to
dude.
Coin.
I'll tell you, I want to take it. Can I have your hand wraps?
And then from where she's standing, she's gonna look at Saphira and gonna be like, this is a gift, but I do want it back, so you can borrow it, I guess. She's gonna pull off her rock cloak that you guys got in Austria
Ooh.
and hand it to Saphira and wink and be like, I'm gonna want that back, so make sure you visit.
As long as I have this, I will rock it. And I'll return it intact. I promise. So I'll do my best to return it. I will try.
Saphira.
Look, I will try harder than I normally try.
Can't say fairer than that.
Like that's really as good as it gets. It really is. For the two, for Oshin and Cezanne. Cezanne? How do you say your name?
Season. Yeah.
Sison.
Wait, I genuinely. Is it Sazin or Sizin? Because I've been saying Sazin since you joined, and I just never corrected myself.
So it is Sazin. Eric has always said Sizin.
I was right. I knew it.
He would not care nearly enough to correct people when it's that close. So I have never corrected Eric, and so I've just found that to be amusing the whole time.
I feel so validated that I was saying it right. Continue.
Chris, it's really good to get these out before a big battle. Like, you really all want to be on the same page, building trust. Good.
We're supposed to trust these people?
Good point. Maybe that's why we ran. Never mind. We're not going to get into it.
Wait, no, excuse me?
Oh, wait, hold up.
I hold the first Chrononacrum key, just as a reminder.
We can go back and look.
For Cezanne and Oshin, she is going to close her eyes and kind of lift up her hands and like flick her fingers, kind of like she's like, I want to say doing a magic trick, but it looks cooler than what I'm imagining, or maybe not. And you guys are going to suddenly look like you are like dressed to the nines, like you look like you are going to like the fanciest event that you've ever been to, like you look great, like super. And then you have Death Ward on you, both of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it immensely.
And you each are wearing a crystal friendship bracelet that is a 4th level of banishment. So.
Oh.
Wow, truly, thank you.
And we matched too.
Oh, Sheen, I love your new outfit.
Thank you.
Crystal's gonna look around for Tati. She'll kind of like cock her head and be like, so it took me a while to get like Hana's phone number, my goddess, you know. It took a while to like have, you know, that direct line. So I'm gonna give you a one-time use. And you will have a, like on your hand, it will be like the name Hana, which is Crystal's divine intervention that you can call
It's
upon.
the nicest thing you've given me since the last time you gave me something. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was a centaur, this was harder. Being a human, I'm much more reachable.
You say that, but I feel like you're wearing more armor now.
No, I feel like that too.
Which is ironic, because I would have imagined you were in less combat overall.
Yeah. well,
Silas
definitely
didn't let her leave without good armor.
But armor looks cool. You gotta dress
It
for the
does.
occasion, right?
Fair point.
Wow, I've taught you guys so well.
I love that they're coming from you of all people, Crystal. That's awesome.
You should have heard me earlier, Crystal. I was talking about like buying bracelets and jewelry to put on, but we didn't have time.
Because
Ah.
for those who don't know, Crystal's probably the most stylish one of all of us combined.
Not a high bar to clear, I'm sure.
Says the guy in suspenders.
I'm wearing half an outfit. I don't wear shoes or a shirt.
But you still get service.
Damn straight.
That should be a shirt you develop, Coin. New business idea right there.
No shoes, no shirt, all service. That's going on a mug when I open my shop.
I would buy that mug.
I buy like 20.
I
to make a
would
new
drink
product.
from
Yeah,
that
I
mug
can-
in public.
I can write up an order if you'd like. Pay
I
up.
think between Coin and I, we almost have a full outfit most of the time.
Yeah, true. Your toga and my persuasion pants.
Persuasion pants.
And last but not least, she's gonna look over at Bryn. And she'll walk up to Bryn, and she's gonna get really, really close to you. And it looks like she's going to kiss you, so she's gonna ask you, may I?
Sorry, what? You're married.
She's gonna
Um,
kiss you.
Well.
And with that, you are gonna get a spell tattoo of divine word on your mouth.
Holy shit. On my mouth. I love it.
You can't say the word right away.
And some free lipstick, apparently.
None of you guys told me they were a thing.
So for the record,
We were not.
wow.
What?
Sure,
Yeah, we
Bryn.
were not.
Sure, Bryn.
Crystal enjoyed making Bryn uncomfortable, and it was very funny.
all the time. All the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I get to do this really fun thing where I get to reference Silas directly because his original player is here. Silas would be pretty much okay with this, wouldn't he?
Oh, would not. Yes, I think he finds the notion of people being upset by that very quaint.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was about to be like, you guys have met my husband. You know the answer to that question.
right.
Yeah.
Bryn doesn't.
You probably
kind
set
of a-
this up.
Well, you partied with him for 400 days, as did most of us.
Well, Bryn spent most of that in the corner.
This is
That's what he thinks.
God
damn it.
How trustworthy is your memory of that place, Bryn? Do you think?
I'm pretty sure canonically we all have no memory of that.
Yeah. I do think after the kiss, Isaac looks from Crystal to Bryn to all of you and goes, "Okay, for the record, I'm not delivering any of my gifts like that."
How disappointing.
Are you
Bummer.
sure?
Bryn is a good-looking guy. Just saying.
Going once?
But I have to ask because I think this is Bryn's first kiss.
No.
No?
What's her name? The succubus was.
Oh, Kendall?
Kendall.
What
I was
an
about to
amazing
say
first
no, it's
kiss.
worse.
That's so
It's
tragic.
worse.
That's right. I remember that. Yep. Oh, man. So, she tattoos your mouth with her tongue?
Oh, that's not what was said.
Oh, okay.
Slurp.
I don't know.
Oh my.
On the lips.
Yeah.
It's really slow. It just takes a while.
Okay, good. Understood.
Just watch.
I love that so much, Crystal. That was amazing.
And she'll kind of step back and she'll look at everybody and she'll be like, time to go kill a dragon. Well, time for you guys to go kill a dragon. I have dinner plans, but
It's okay. We weren't exactly planning to knock that one out.
Wait, you
tonight
both
anyway.
are going? Ah, I was getting so excited. I was getting ready for like Isaac to go to start shooting lightning bolts everywhere. He's so cool when he fights. Ah.
I'm told Isaac is about to do that, just off stage.
Might be for the best. It would take a take an eternity for turn order.
Now, I have to ask, for Crystal's benefit, is Crystal going to participate in the fight off camera, or is she going to return to the Fey Realms?
I think that depends on how much she can get done before dinner. So, given that they have the rest of the day, she has dinner plans. So
Okay.
she'll fight till then.
Wait, do you have like dinner plans in this time, or you just have vague dinner plans with your weird time magic? Because that you can do a lot with that.
Yeah. Well, see, that's more of my husband's specialty, and he's the one that planned dinner. So it keeps me on my toes. I really have no idea.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth. Sorry, I know that's offensive. Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but it feels like you could have maybe scheduled your dinner plans differently.
Well, you never know. Maybe I'll have dinner and then just come back right here so that we can do this all over again and then help you fight.
Okay, my brain hurts. Forget I said
Wait, you're
anything.
gonna turn back time? Oh god.
Are you gonna turn back time?
Maybe. Well, doesn't one of us have that key that turns back? You have the key.
I literally could do that.
But if
Yeah.
Crystal's turning back time and
We're gonna
Ruse
get
is
the
turning
right
back
first
time,
time.
then which one of you is Cher?
I'm not turning back time. Coin's turning back time.
Okay, but who's on first?
God damn it, Isaac.
I
Thank you.
think the joke
on
was
second.
unappreciated by the intended audience.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean Rosie laughed. I do have a couple gifts I can give the party as well on my way out, but I don't want to, if Crystal's got other stuff, I don't want to interrupt it.
Crystal, you good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in. You've been amazing. It's always a pleasure to have you show up. It was a delight to have you come in and play as Crystal and give some gifts to the party. We'll have to do it again.
It was great to see you guys, meet the new people. Yeah.
If you want to stick around, you're welcome to. Otherwise, have a wonderful week. Stay safe and good luck with your real life stuff. You're doing amazing.
I have
Yeah,
to
good to see you.
imagine
Thanks for
in
coming by.
character, Crystal is going to listen to Saphira and Coin and everyone just reveal on all of the adventures we've had, like, since Crystal was with the party.
Yep.
Just to convey, like, what, how a lot of this time is spent. But what a pleasant surprise.
All right. Well, as you guys finish the Heroes Feast, Crystal is going to have to go to dinner with Silas. So she will sparkle and flower petal out of existence, leaving you with the rustic and ever charged Isaac.
I will say one thing before I
Yes.
leave. I forgot to say this. As Crystal's leaving, all of you guys now have some sort of asset on your body, whether it's the tips of your hair or your fingernails that are now pink, and you can't remove them, or the buff that he gave you removes. So,
Rude.
Yep. Yay for Fey Trixies.
Yes, green hair with frosted pink tips.
Bryn's the front of his mouth is just pink.
A very monochrome look going here.
Coin keeps, like, trying to clean one of his tattoos, which is now inexplicably glowing hot pink.
Awesome. So, Isaac?
Yeah, so I'm just going to leave you guys with a couple of things before I go. So first, is everybody either wearing or carrying, like, or holding something metal?
Nose goes. Coin puts a finger on his nose to indicate that he does have metal on him.
I
Bear
will
puts
also
finger
put
to
a
her
finger
nose.
on my nose.
If
I am completely coated.
Yeah,
I do
okay.
not believe
I
Wizard
mean-
has anything metal on him at this moment.
What about your
what?
tooth?
No, your tooth.
Oh, the tooth. Yes, you're right. The tooth is made of gold.
Bryn
That's correct.
might not actually have much metal because he's wearing a breastplate, which
There you
contains metal.
Okay, so, and I'll do this also just in case Crystal participates in the battle. We can, if it's fine, say he gave it to her on her way out as well, with all of her plate armor. Isaac will send a little lightning bolt around the circle. It'll bounce from some conductive item on each person and go around the circle. And I will throw a 4th level aid on everybody. So that is an extra plus 15, because I'm going to do it at 4th level, to everybody's max HP.
Ooh. Hell yeah. How long
Nice.
does that last?
Well, I guess, yeah, Eric, if I have to, like,
That's fine.
stay and do this in the morning or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be when
it's
you guys
8
start the
hours.
attack.
It's a long spell.
It's when you guys start the attack. It'll last till then.
Right on.
So it's an 8-hour spell. So as late, yeah, whatever is the best, as late as I can give it to him, it'll be plus 15 to your max HP. And then in terms of items, I have 2 scrolls from apparently back in the day that I do recall buying these and just never using these, so hopefully you find them useful. I bought this after the last time we fought Sageos. The very next day, I went and bought this spell scroll thinking maybe it'll be useful if we fight a dragon again. So maybe you will find it useful, and I will hand you a spell scroll of Earthbind. Which will ground a flying creature. It will reduce a flying creature's flying speed to 0. And then
That is beautifully full circle, isn't it?
yeah, I was looking at this in my inventory and I was like, when did I get? Oh shit! Literally right after having to run from a dragon. I don't recall the city we teleported to. Either Enland Point or Nausea, but the next day I went to Judith.
It would have been back to Nausea because we went to the consortium.
Correct.
Yeah. And then last spell scroll that I've got is probably most useful to a paladin, but I mean honestly, obviously whoever wants it can have it. Is a spell scroll of Destructive Wave. That is a 5th level spell.
Definitely happy to pick it up, but
Yeah, that's all
anyone
yours.
can.
Yeah, I think everyone turns to season on that one.
Salty stays and grabs
So
it
my
out of his hand.
destructive.
And then those are the things I did have on me. And then do I still have, Eric, the potions? Does that?
Yep. All that's there. You can do whatever you want. You go for it. Whatever.
Well, Isaac didn't have a ton, but if I've been making money for the past 8 months, I'm happy to dole out a little bit of potion stuff to the party.
Sure. Go for it.
I think, I mean, am I correct in assuming that we've got some marshals that would use something like a potion of speed, some casters that could benefit from, a greater mana potion or a maximum power potion? And I'm sure, and Isaac does have a couple health potions on him if you guys would rather just stock up on healing. But I've got some stuff to share there. What would be useful to folks?
I was specifically sad that I didn't have time to get a potion of speed. So a coin would obviously welcome that. We've been like spending the last few sessions grinding out healing potions. So we're not
You're set
lacking.
there.
We're not lacking per se there.
Potions of speed are also don't exist in Nausea or anywhere else in the world. So this would be an incredible opportunity if that's something we can really get.
Perhaps Isaac has 1 or 2 if they are that rare. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying you don't have one. I'm just telling Coin we won't be able to make them or buy them anywhere else. So this is truly one of a kind.
Well, that's a question for Eric then.
You guys have the one-of-a-kind potion of speed.
Damn.
You beautiful lightning man, you.
So yeah, there you go. I've got a potion of speed for you. I've got some superior healing or you've got the healing potions. So I assume I've also got probably a couple greater manas and maybe 1 maximum power.
Yep.
So I will hand over.
Isaac's
we'll
been busy
see-
while you guys were absent.
I'm sorry, I just spent 12 hours of my life making a max power, and you just show up and give me one. I didn't have to do that at all then.
Well, I mean,
Now you can do
double the power. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair point.
It's,
I'll
it's
give
like
you-
having it at one potion of maximum power takes it up to 10. The second one takes it up to 11.
There you go.
God damn it.
I'm updating the bag of holding. You said 1 max
I
power.
will throw this in the chat. I've got 4 potions for you guys. The scrolls that I gave you, and then this one I will say, I'm willing to give, but I also think Eric, I will for a lot of items that I could give you. I think if you leave them in Isaac's hands, you're not going to tangibly see them benefit. Like you wouldn't see something cool happen if I kept Earthbind or Destructive Wave. So happy to give it up. I do think if nobody here wants the Black Star suit, I'm sure Eric could have some fun deciding what Isaac gets up to with it in the battle.
He wouldn't give that away. He wouldn't give that away.
Great. Then all I'll say then out loud is that Isaac plans to put that to good use. So hopefully you can come up with something fun there for how Isaac uses it for his role off stage.
Not a problem.
Right on.
Expect that on December 29th.
Ah, that's right. There you go. Perfect. Well, there you go, guys. I have a handful of scrolls, handful of potions,
That's wonderful.
and aid.
Hold on, you're forgetting something. Coin stares at you for a moment, then he does a gesture as if he's biting something. Roughly bread-sized and shaped.
Oh God! If I don't have garlic bread, these guys are gonna kill me. Okay, let's see. I feel like I should roll.
Yeah. I need you to roll a history check.
Okay,
What'd you get?
I don't have the. I'm doing physical dice in front of me because I
Sure.
don't have the Roll20 thing up. Oh no, guys! I'm so sorry. I got a 9. So
With the 9, I assume you've got a bonus of at least a +1. You would have remembered to bring garlic bread.
It sounds like you remembered as you were like walking out the door.
Giancarlo's would have kicked your ass
Yes,
without
exactly.
letting you.
It was like thrown at me as
Yeah.
I'm running out the door. Yeah.
You pull up a large basket full of large French bread that has already been split, buttered, and garlicked with Parmesan and oregano.
I had the option to bring a hurricane or to bring this, but I felt that this was more important, and I give you the.
Obviously, the right
garlic
choice.
bread.
You made the right choice. Quinn eats it. Takes a bite.
Awesome. Isaac will share some garlic bread with you, and then get back to drinking with his fellow sailors on one of those ships, and doing joining the raid on December 29th.
All right. So as he
Oh,
crackles
yeah, that's-
across the bay to one of the ships, he takes his place there. But before he does, there's one
Oh,
more
before I
thing.
do, I'm so sorry. Of course, I had it written down literally right in front of me. Before I am heading out, I will take same pocket as the garlic bread. I will place a silver acorn on the ground.
All
You
right.
dropped something.
And he crackle slams with the peal of thunder into the distance.
Oh.
Thank you so much for coming. It's awesome to have you here. Both you and Crystal are a delight to have in the chat. Feel free to hang around. But that's where we're going to have Isaac go into the ether and off camera for the time being.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining both of you. That was
It's
so
a
cool.
pleasure.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for both coming in. It was a delight to have you.
Blast from the
This is
past.
great, guys. Bye.
Good night. All right. Go ahead and
I'm glad they didn't ask about Saphira's whole red shtick. They kind of just ran with that.
Wait, so I
It's
got this
just
crazy
dark
polymorph
pink.
scroll, but I actually don't know how to I don't know how to use this thing. One of you guys is gonna have to cast it if we do use it at some point.
I mean, it's hard to pass up.
Do any of you
Yeah.
guys know how to like twin spells? You're a sorcerer, right, Bren? Do you know how to do
Yes.
Oh.
Let's real quick. Let's find out. Is true polymorph?
It's a single target. I think it can
But,
be
it,
twin.
but I think it's a wizard spell. Is the
Oh,
problem?
is it? No.
Oh wait, that's 2024. 2014 true polymorph. It is. Oh, it's a bard spell. I'm a bard and I have 9th level spell slots. I can cast it.
Hell
One other
yes.
thing to throw out there,
Hold
I
up.
am
The
also
twin true
holding.
polymorph.
I am also holding 5 scrolls to dispel magic in addition to one I have in my scroll belt. So we should probably distribute those as well for people who want those.
Okay, well, it'll be extremely worthwhile to twin that spell at a pivotal moment. But
I
not
wanna-
now.
I want to ask something not at all important. When Isaac disappeared, did the rain start falling onto us again? Like he disappeared, and now we're instantly all getting
Yeah.
drenched.
No. But the little acorn
Oh, yeah.
begins to crackle and glow.
You know
As,
that
as it does so, it grows up into a tall silver tree, which opens. There's a portal in the middle of this silver tree, and stepping out, a Kenku. She looks at you all, nods sagely,
Beg pardon?
and ignoring you guys, begins to draw a circle in the sand as the silver tree disappears.
Is this the bird that dropped us into the ocean?
She looks back at you. Bird that dropped you into the ocean?
Yeah. And like the Feywild?
Yeah, like the Feywild.
Is that a yes?
Is this the bird that dropped you into the ocean?
Well, that's what I asked.
No, I don't think so. Keeps drawing.
Coin, I don't have bird that dropped you into the ocean on our list of enemies.
I didn't think I had it on that either.
Well, is it really an enemy? It was like an accident.
Well, hold on. If Isaac opened this portal, I'm
keep
not
calling
worried
her
about...
magic an accident and see what happens to her enemies.
Listen, I just need to know if I need to update the list and or start smiting. All right.
After a couple of moments, she finishes drawing a magic teleportation circle and turns to all of you, steps into the teleportation circle and says, "We are friends," before she disappears.
Feels like Wednesday.
Is that going to be like a respawn point? Like, what is this? Are they going to teleport a bunch of people?
I don't understand.
The magic circle flares, and a humanoid shape rises from the energy, dashing red hair and a swashbuckler stance. Hello. Have you expected me?
No, I'm going to be completely honest. Not at all.
Nope.
Do we know him?
I'm here to assist in the fight.
This is a old friend. I'd really almost
Sir, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Skias Cross.
I'd almost call you like, an old coach, for lack of a better term.
Ah, you flatter me, Citod Coin.
You just missed
You've been
Christmas.
working out, yes. Your pecs are so much more defined.
Ah, and your figure, Saphira, is as divine as always.
Of course it is. Well,
but-
I mean, technically it was more divine at a different time, but that.
But Saphira, I have heard great legends of you becoming quite the accomplished pirate and having worked off your bounty. It's a shame that your fame has diminished.
That's why we need to provide them a little reminder.
True! Such a challenge as that, as he points over his shoulder, is sure to have established some new legends to be told at the table. Yes?
I see. Now we're on. Now we're thinking the same.
Indeed. Here, may I sit next to you? As he swoops down, he grabs one of the glasses of wine from the hero's feast, and holding it between his fingers, takes a long draught and throws the cup into the sea. Ah, to good adventures!
I'm genuinely curious, Eric. Do you remember what level Skius Cross was when, like, he was first, like, helping us?
4.
4. What is he now?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Fair enough. But it is fun to think about, like, how we passed the point he was at then.
Right?
Well, we passed the point we were at then, too.
Yeah.
That is linear progression in action.
Then the teleportation circle flares once again.
We did not bring enough rations for this.
Hi guys.
Nice.
I'm here to help out. Figured you needed a bit of a hand.
Damn straight, Suke.
So, what do you want me to do? Get in there and just kick ass?
Yeah, we're basically gonna touch down on the island, and I just need you to hit anything with a pulse.
I can do that. Oh, hey, I'm Suke. These guys rescued me from a lair of the 12 spiders. They're good people. If they trust you, I trust you. By the way,
to me, you can always get more help.
I don't think I've ever seen quite such a finely dressed minotaur in my entire life.
Neither have I. We don't have many mirrors on board.
Do you use conditioner?
When we're not at sea.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to give me some tips because, like, I got some frayed heads. And he's going to walk over and sit next to you.
All right. I'll just start walking him through my hair care routine while everybody else talks.
All right. The circle flares once again. Ah, the opportunity to get out and have fun and cast spells. Ah, welcome, friends. Are you ready to knock some boots or kick some face?
Okay,
Take
this one I
names.
swear I don't know.
No, I remember him.
Ah, Los and Bolas, that's your acquaintance, Sito and Koi. You met me in Ryport. Do you not remember?
I'm gonna
Should
do
I
a
give you the-
history check
Yeah.
because I, as a player, genuinely, I probably do, but
Yeah.
16.
With the 16, he's the guy who ran the Longshores Consortium in Ryport.
Ah,
Hey,
You guys went into his
We
basement.
met him right before we met Saison the first time.
Correct.
oh,
He let
Yeah,
you into the basement. Saphira got stabbed. We were
Saphira
jumped by
died.
other
I-
assassins. Yeah.
I kind of blocked out all memories of that place. It's great to see you.
Of course, this is going to be an excellent opportunity. It'll be a great time. Ah, an opportunity to show my potential. Ah, thank you for this, Chance. I don't get out much.
Yeah, have a seat at the picnic table. It's not like our friend made that for us specifically.
You hear a voice that you did not expect. So, which of you Duflachis is going to help me out and tell me exactly why I'm here?
Boot.
Man, we really brought the whole party.
What's a dooflachi?
A Duflachi? Oh, a Duflachi is someone who I don't know their names and I don't know their names.
Well, context clues. I assume you're here to swing swords at bad guys. To simplify it a bit.
Well, I don't exactly swing swords. See, that's Isaac Fatal's job. And I brought him to swing the sword.
Oh,
Well,
hey
there you
there,
go.
Isaac.
Yo, he's got a really cool sword.
Now, if you just point us in the right direction, is that my boat? As she points at the flight risk.
We're going to have alternative transportation to reach the island itself. Dinghy boats.
Oh, I suppose I can play with the dinghy.
Wonderful.
As she moves away from the teleportation circle, the next person to walk through is going to be just slightly taller than her. As he steps through the teleportation circle, you recognize the obsidian form of Borgus.
Wait, damn, Boreas is getting involved?
Borges!
Let's
I
get
didn't think you were gonna
serious.
This is screwed now.
You're looking swanky, buddy.
Appreciate it, yeah. I get out of the shop now, and it's time to kick some faces. You ready to do this, Risen? He reaches out a fist for a fist bump.
Wizard gives him a fist bump.
All right. We're going to have
This
to...
is amazing. Thanks.
Appreciate it. I do my best work for my friends. Let's go over here and make some plans. Why don't we, Risen?
Huh?
He's going to walk over and start chit-chatting with you. The next person to walk through is going to be a heron god. Hello, friends.
Nice.
Hey, buddy.
Longstriders called, and Queen Titania told me that I could be on leave to come help you out. So
Cheers.
here
Thanks
I
for
am.
coming.
Nice to make your acquaintance. They said that your name's Saison and Oshin. I'm right for Iron Spring. Champion of Queen Titania of the Fae.
That's quite the
Always
promotion.
love seeing
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Walking through next, you hear Sancho. I am here because I owe a debt to Safira, and I'm here to repay it. Perhaps win her hand in matrimony?
Oh, see, Sancho, I think you might be missing a key piece of information about me then, if you're hoping for that.
Oh? And what would that be? You cannot resist the Sancho.
I am very gifted at resisting any and all male attention.
Oh. But this is awkward. Pardon me.
It's only awkward if you linger on it.
He looks around. Perhaps this was not the best idea. Excuse me. And he's going to wander off to the side and just sit awkwardly in the sand.
We probably run out of space on the picnic blanket at this point.
Did someone say picnic? Hell yeah! You told me you didn't tell me there was gonna be food, guys.
Well, yeah. You didn't tell me you were gonna show up during it.
I did tell you I'd show up. You asked me to show up. I showed up. Hell yeah!
You're right. Please don't leave.
All right.
I expected it to be like on the shoreline, but this is
a shoreline.
You know what? You got me there.
See, water, shoreline. Well, not really a line. It's more like a gradient.
It's good to see you, Kato.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to see you. Is this food free?
Apparently.
Free food.
And he will eat some of the hero's feast. The next person to step through is going to be a Minotaur. Very beautiful Minotaur. River Spellsong has joined the army. I'm here because you never know when you're going to need some assistance. Is there anything you need to know about this place?
Probably, but I couldn't tell you what right now.
Anything we need to know? Yes, we'd like to know as much as you can tell us about this place.
Well,
Bryn has a list.
From our records, Akeda was originally a hatchery of many dragons. home to one of the primal portals where the Watchers came from. Expect to face many elementals and many dragons aboard the island. This will not be easy. From reports, Sageos has a variety of allies that will cause a variety of dangerous effects. Nothing quite so as dangerous as that hurricane, but I believe that is your plan. As far as the Citadel itself, it consists of many levels. I hope that you do not have to engage all of them, but Sageos may have access to more than one at a time. Be prepared for a chase, a running engagement. This will not be one where you simply pin him down. He is wily and very smart.
Well, thank you.
Understood.
Expect some tunnels as well. And so she will sit off to the side as a resource, should you choose to have her.
Certainly.
Next, you have the scent of mushrooms. As Dredge shows up, hey, I just kind of gotta be here. You know, consortium, big business thing. I know you guys did well at 123 Merry Way, but, you know, kind of gotta help out. Excuse me. And he just goes off to the side. Next, you hear a voice that you guys will find familiar. Great. So now, like, what exactly we're gonna do? How are we gonna do this exactly? Are we gonna like
Brad.
really get rolling here?
Brad, why are you?
Who let you come?
Brad, I think
I'm
you're
here to
lost.
help the consortium. What? I'm an adventurer. I finally got enough money for armor.
Okay,
Is it
do you know how to put it on?
leather armor?
Of course I got armor. You don't think that's fine clothing is armor?
Oh,
like-
We need
no.
to tip a lot better when we get back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's not flammable, but I don't know if that really is gonna.
Wait,
Actually,
you're
no, a dragon might speak, but a fire.
Anyone can serve a dragon. It's Brad.
Oh, see, I'm more of a medic. I'm not exactly a fighter. So I'm just going to
Yeah.
be tending to wounds and stuff. Being the servant, try to do the thing. Yeah, excuse me. Looks like that guy needs a drink as he points over at Sancho.
Yeah, we wouldn't want you on the front lines. We need you alive.
He looks at you. Why would I be on the front lines?
Said we wouldn't want you.
Why not?
Well, we want you to like stay alive to heal people and make awesome food. It'd suck if Zacchaeus got you.
He's not going to get me. He can't catch me.
Hey, Brad, that guy looks like a huge tipper. You should go get that drink.
So,
You know, frankly,
who did you,
Sancho always tips well. Oh, she?
I bet.
who did you want on the front line then, Rusid?
Me?
Okay. Just because if you said that we don't want people on the front line, we want alive. Just
Yes, someone's got to do it.
I know what I
What
signed
do you
up
think
for.
Brad's base movement speed is?
If it's as fast as his talking speed, I mean,
You think he's
400.
faster than you?
His-
He
his
might be
base
faster
movement
than
is
Coin.
just- Yes.
he might move faster than 400 a second, a turn.
The teleportation circle flares red. Blood begins to flow out of it across the sand. And stepping
Leslie.
forth, Leslie.
Hey,
Yep.
Hello.
Great to see you.
Is it time to kill Sageos?
We're knocking on the door. Still not quite opening it, but we're real close.
Very well. I brought help.
Oh?
We started this with a mission for you in order to defeat Sageos in the drug trade. I figured that if he started it, he should be here to see it ended, don't you? And she reaches down into the sand and pulls up a familiar face.
The agent.
There he is, the guy who started it all.
We're ready to attack the island as husband and wife.
Ooh.
Oh,
What?
there's
Oh,
a plot twist.
congratulations.
We've been married for many years.
Good at hiding
Well
it.
done. It's holding up.
Well,
It's
if you ever
not,
want to,
but
you
you
don't
don't
ever want to
believe in
renew your
divorce.
vows, we have a person that can officiate it.
We don't feel like renewing. We're separated. But
But you're standing next to each other right now.
we do
I'm
what we
getting-
have to.
I'm getting some mixed signals here, but it's good to have you.
Yeah, me too.
As they step off to the side, two serpentine forms begin crawling out. They are furry and 20 feet long each of them 3 feet in diameter, and walking between them, Zutono Sherez, the leader of the Longstriders Consortium, walks out. Well, I brought as many as were available at the moment.
You've certainly delivered.
I don't think I've ever seen you get personally involved like this.
I don't usually, but this is a monumental task, and you asked for our assistance. Sito and Coin asked if I would assist when the time was right. I agreed, and I am here.
So you
Honored
are.
that you showed up.
Was there a doubt?
No, but I'm still honored.
Well, I'm glad to make your ideas and honored expectations come to pass.
Certainly.
Now I'm excited to see how you fight.
Believe me, I hope you do too. And as the two dire weasels wind their way into the waters, they will begin to frolic. And Zutono will walk off to the side.
Oh.
Stepping through next are two figures at the same time. The first one you see is a mountain of a man. Bald, muscles bulging. He is unmistakable in his uniqueness. As the circle flares with fire, Charnellen and his daughter Lotley arrive. Hey guys, you ready to put those weapons to use and make them legendary and tell people that you got them at Charnellen's?
You really can never resist an advertisement, can you? You and
I
Klein
like-
should get to know each other a little
I like
bit
the cut of this guy's jib. Can I get a handshake, Charnellen?
Absolutely. And he reaches out and gives you a massive, firm grip that nearly breaks your bones.
Ow, ow, thank you. Ow, okay, we're good.
As they step off to the side as well, the Nellens take a bit of a quiet seat off to the side. Then a figure steps out, black and gold. He nods at you, saying nothing else. He walks off to the side.
Coin nods
Summoned.
back and then nods again to his crew.
To
unnod, to the nod and unnod.
Did you even get his name?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've heard that before, I think.
Next, you smell strawberries. Saphira, your heart pitter-patters for a moment as
Hey, it's
T
so good
shows
to
up.
see ya.
She comes out and gives you a deep kiss, Saphira. Nice to see you too.
I sweep her off her feet.
She spins around like a princess, her yellow cloak fluttering in the breeze. I wouldn't miss this for the world. This is going to be so much fun. She's going to go and sit down with Saphira off to the side. Then you guys feel a rumble. You hear trumpets sound. You hear cheers and applause. And you hear the voice of a little girl. Everyone! Everyone! Prepare yourselves for his greatness! For Iceberg Sparkle has arrived! As the champion of the Knuckle Dusters flexes for the crowd, he looks around. Well, this will be quite a show.
Dang, the champion. You take him on after this, Rizard.
I've seen him in the
lose.
ring. He fights by throwing people into other people. It's very impressive.
I love Iceberg. He's so cool.
Then you guys smell trees. A wild spirit is coming. Rising majestically, the largest of the allies who's arriving today, Avrig Longtail, rises from the sands.
Wow, Avid too.
Feeling a lot better about our odds with every step out of that portal. How did you fit through that? How
Eh.
big is this tree?
You asked for a favor, and this is for the greater good.
Oh, yeah, it
Anything
is.
we can do to end suffering across Toivoa, we will do.
So we will.
It's a pleasure to see you alive and out and about.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're fighting alongside us.
I left my ward behind as it was too dangerous for her, but I am here at her behest and on her behalf. May you live well and fight even harder.
And also you.
This is when I need everyone except for Oshin and Sason to roll perception checks.
What could be the significance of that? The original party members possibly.
Here's Kendall.
That was my first
As you
thought.
look over, you see a
Funny
woman in a
girls.
brown dress. She slipped through with one of the others.
Wait, who is this?
This is Kendall.
It's Karen knew it.
Put her back.
Really?
Put her back in the thing.
Why on earth was
She
Kendall so-
waves, and as you ask this question, I have an investment to protect.
She talking about you, Bryn? Or
Like, yeah.
No, she's definitely not.
Did we hear this and then not see her?
She's
Oh, you
talking
can
about
see her, but you wouldn't have noticed her. She's just another person in the crowd for the two of you.
Oh, we have met her.
You have met her? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then you would notice her.
talking about the deed to 123 Merry Way in Coin's pocket.
Yeah, and the fact
Yes.
that you guys technically are to be protected by her according to the deal with Isaac.
I'm technically your landlord.
So she has an investment to protect here, and yes, you did call it Kendall, which is hilarious that you got there immediately.
Well, I was just thinking, like, who else would we like potentially not see from our past, or not recognize?
And someone who's more relevant to the 5 original party members who are still here, and not. Yeah,
It does check out, since other than Isaac, Coin was the only person to not get charmed or uncharm himself.
Stepping through the portal during this little engagement were a party of blue cloaks sent by Ronaldus Basil to help you guys out.
That's the
In the
front line right
circumstances.
there. We're sending these guys straight to the front.
Oh, these guys are the stormtroopers.
Won't complain. Won't complain.
And then someone you haven't seen in officially several hundred years. Cass. You saw her only when you teleported back in time to the foundation of the consortium.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while, huh?
Been a while. I'm ready. Ready to get rid of this dragon. He's been a pain in our ass for too long. Now you've got him pinned. It's time for us to make sure he stays that way. Do you think his head would look nice in the consortium?
I don't think it would fit through the front door.
We can make arrangements to remove the roof.
I think
like
that's
that.
an excellent
Not much
idea.
of a display.
Well, that would be maximum destruction. I like that.
I'm gonna be
We'll
honest.
save
I
a-
feel like we should destroy all of his body and not have anything.
We'll save a tooth for you as a trophy.
We'll give you
Thank
what's
you.
left.
Not really. Sazon's right. We should destroy it completely.
As she steps outwards, the portal snaps closed. The last of your reinforcements are here.
Oh, was that all?
In the distance, the World Eater's ship is approaching. You have a horde on the beach. All the allies that you gathered over the past 3 years of in real life contact have appeared here ready to fight at your side.
Yeah.
What would you guys
This
like to do?
Actually,
How cramped is
Maybe-
this beach right now?
It's not. Everyone can spread out.
Okay.
No, we're
this
almost
may
stuck
be
in
one of the
10 by
most
10 square.
This may be
I'm
one of the
glad.
most powerful fighting forces in recent history of Toivoa. That's all assembled in one place.
Yeah. Got some heavy hitters out here. I'm glad we have those extra dinghy boats. Gonna need them.
Do we think all the enemies that we've ever made are gonna show up on the other side?
They're having their own picnic on Makeda right now.
I mean, if so, I guess
It'd be
dibs
really-
on Match Leaf.
It'd be really funny if that was the case, and then Kendall just sort of switches sides when we get there.
I mean, I'd respect that.
I mean, at least she'd be where she belongs.
All right, Coin's gonna like walk out to the crowd of many people, and he's just gonna tell them like, "All right, everyone meet on this quadrant at the beach in I don't know T-1 hour. For game plan, information, drinks are over there. Food is over there. Garlic bread is off limits unless you're part of the nuclear crew. Off limits. Thank you."
Hito is caught with his mouth already full. All right, so they will go and get organized at your direction, Coin.
Yeah,
you
so
are
he's
leading
mostly-
the Longstringers Consortium in this assault.
Oh boy. So, how far, like, are the World Eaters pulling up? Or, I said an hour as a ballpark, but
Yep.
the idea is
For when
have
they
everyone
arrive.
in
Sure.
have everyone in earshot when he's talking to them,
Sure.
basically.
Is there anything you would like to do before Narzul arrives?
A bit of camaraderie, finish a meal,
Okay.
but nothing action-wise.
I have something.
What's that?
I would like to record all of the arrivals that we just had and the meeting that we just had in the Stone of Chronicles.
Okay.
That's really sweet.
Awesome. Cool. So you take the time and imprint that to the Stone of Chronicles as a memory forever. All right.
Are we setting out tonight or?
That's up to you guys.
Let's ask how far from this point to arriving where we assume the battle will begin is. How far is that voyage?
For your nuclear group, the actual train wreck group, you guys are going to need to be on a boat for 2 hours to get to where you need to be. For the rest of the people, they're going to need to spend about 3, so they're going to need to depart an hour before you guys.
Gotcha. Okay. Then it sounds like it is our own discretion. We can launch an assault. Can we even discern time of day through this storm?
You would basically know. There's a couple people with orbs of time in that crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, will visibility be an issue, or is this lightning lighting things up so much?
You guys have light. There's so much lightning, it's not a problem. Those of you with epilepsy may have issues.
My eyes!
Unless we need to prepare anything, I don't see a tactical advantage to waiting for, like, the morning, other than maybe, like, getting our ducks in a row and planning.
We could, the one thing we could do to prepare is someone could cast the true polymorph and concentrate for an hour so that they don't have to concentrate on it.
That would, it would also make it permanent. And it also, like, it lasts until dispelled, so it would not be limited to an hour, and there would be no danger of it getting counterspelled during the fight, because we cannot rule out the possibility that Sageos has sorcery points and meta magic, which means he might have something like subtle counterspell, which would really suck to get surprised by that. So yeah, I'm all for it. I'm wondering, Ruzid, we would have to discuss how the mechanics work, but Ruzid, do you want to go from kobold to dragon to bigger dragon?
I don't even know what happened. Like, as a player, I genuinely don't know. Like, I think the way reading the mechanics and like the way that, so there's a rule where things can't stack if they're the same effect, but it's not the same effect. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a nesting doll of polymorph effects. I have no idea.
Hang on. The target assumes the hit points of its new form, and when it reverts to its normal form, it returns the number of hit points. That's just saying.
Well, it's vague. It doesn't really say what is normal form here. Is it the form that you were in when you transformed? Like, that's what I would guess, but I don't know.
Yeah. We could play it safe, and you just be in kobold mode. And Ruzid, do you have a dragon transformation stocked, or are you in dragon mode right now?
I do, and I also have it stocked. But, like, I guess the worst thing that would happen is I transform with the True Polymorph spell, and then it just overrides the current transformation I have, which isn't really terrible.
Well,
but
I
wouldn't really do anything if that happened.
But your dragon form gives you like 200 extra hit points, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like we don't want to waste that. Eric, can we discuss like multiple layers of transformation? Just so that
it's going to dispel the existing one and transform into the new one. He's not going to return to dragon form. He'll return back to Kobold Ruzid.
Okay, totally reasonable.
It may actually be wise then to just target 2 people who aren't transformed.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could just have 3 dragons.
That would be kind of epic.
If we wanted 3 dragons. So
or just any other
Four
creature.
dragons. I stocked an
dragon.
ancient mithril dragon.
So if we are all dragons, Ruzid approves.
Oh wait, we can have 4 dragons. If Tati is an ancient mithril dragon and Ruzid is also a dragon, and then
2 more dragons.
We could have Coin and Saphira become
I'm so on board.
Also dragons, and then we have the casters and the paladin.
The paladin with the dragon lance who's gonna like spam proc it on all the dragons.
Would a monk even benefit from being a dragon? Because my weapon like is 80% of my kit.
You don't share any of the attributes that you have in your base form when you use True Polymorph. Shape Change lets you share some stuff, but True Polymorph does not. So you essentially all it does for you is it just gives you a lot of extra hit points and gives you whatever OP stuff the dragon has, and then when you run out of dragon hit points, you go back to Coin.
I'm fine with that. Do my attunements still apply?
Nope.
No, but I think you could in theory take them off and then reattune to them after you've transformed. That's what Ruzid does.
Right.
If you do that, then pretty sure it might cause a problem when you revert. I'm not
Right.
sure.
Can
I'd
you
like
preserve?
to hold off.
Go ahead, Tati.
Well, I was just thinking that I'd like to hold off on transforming into a dragon until we maybe have the opportunity to take out the anti-flight bullshit that's happening on that island.
True.
That's
You still
true.
don't know
We
if
don't
it's
know.
anti-magical
Does
flight
River
if
or
it's
any of the
anti-all
others
flight.
know anything about how an anti-magic or anti-flight bullshit would be
It would be based off of
established?
guards and wards, is what River would tell you.
So we don't.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it prevents you from just flying if you have wings. I would be
Do we know
surprised
if
if
we
it
could-
did.
Could we dispel that spell? I think it's like a high level spell, but if we hit a successful success or
In
use a
order
high
to
enough
cover the
spell slot-
island, it's going to be more than just one. It's going to be thousands of them.
Wait, so are we already in the effect of it right now?
No, you are not.
No, so we can't test it.
No, not till you arrive.
Guards
Yeah,
and wards, I think usually when it dispels like by effect by location. Like it's not the whole spell doesn't dispel at once.
You're gonna
It's
have to send it.
also, yeah, it's also there. None of the effects of guards and wards that I can see
Right.
specifically negate flight. So
It's
there must be some other stuff
it's an
going on.
NPC thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but that means there's also a password. And well, there might be a password. So it's when the spell is cast, you can choose who's immune to it. You can also choose a password that, when spoken aloud, makes you immune to it. We could wish for the password. That seems like unwise, just because if we wish for anything that's not a spell, you become severely weakened for like 10 days. So maybe that's not on the table.
At that point,
But-
wouldn't you just wish for like the removal of all magical effects currently on the island or something?
Well,
Like,
it would
feel
include
more
us.
Yeah, I
specific.
wouldn't do that.
Well,
I mean,
before you're on the island.
The greater the wish, the greater the likelihood it goes wrong. I feel like just asking to have knowledge of a password would be pretty safe. You could ask to just dispel the guards and wards.
Yeah.
I just think if we're all gonna be dragons, it'd be cool if we could all be flying dragons.
Well, we don't know if it stops you from flying if you have wings. That's all I'm saying. Maybe if you use a magic levitation spell that lets you fly, probably won't work. That definitely won't work. Don't know for sure if you have wings that you can flap if you can fly. I mean, wouldn't that stop Sigeos from flying too? I mean, I guess
Well,
he's got some magic bullshit
Shalom-
probably.
Shalom said that Sigeos is able to fly, and that she is not. So
Well, Sigeos has wings and she doesn't.
yeah,
so...
that was my question. She was not able to answer in more detail. It's strong enough that Shalom is not able to get past it, and Sigeos has some way of bypassing it. Whether it's just because he has actual wings, or it's because the magic stops that. And yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think Tati has a very good point that if we burn True Polymorph on turning you guys into flying creatures, and then it turns out you're not actually able to fly, that would kind of suck, especially if we still have to get to the island somehow. And swimming might be kind of awkward.
This is
yeah,
our chance
let's-
to use True Polymorph, though. I feel like once we're in, it's too late. Well, it'll be much harder to do because you'll have to concentrate on it.
And it would have to last. We'd have to make it last the full hour before it's dispelled, or before it goes away. There's definitely like pros and cons, but without access to teleportation, and possibly without being able to fly, I think it would be better to have a short True Polymorph that gets us.
I think we should treat it as an
It's close.
emergency tool to begin with. Like, if we are in a corner, overwhelmed by something, and we just need to shove a wave away from us, we pop that.
But it's
Yeah.
also it could also be the opposite. It could also be planned though, because yes, we can. It's an incredible get out of jail free card, but it lasts for an hour or for concentration. And while I'm very good at concentrating on stuff, if I get knocked out or take an obscene amount of damage, then it goes away, and that would be much less than what we could get our money's worth. Because if we cast it and it lasts for the whole duration, then the duration becomes infinite. I no longer have to concentrate on it, which means I can concentrate on other spells. And the spell will not run out or go away until we decide we're done and we cast Dispel Magic. So it's a serious benefit if we cast it in advance and it lasts
Right.
forever.
I think we just do it now, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I feel like the potential benefit is greater than saving it.
Well, ultimately, we can cast it on up to 2 people.
Is it
and
permanent?
granted, it
Like
would
I
also-
will forever be a dragon, or like I can stop for the weekends when
Nope.
I need to like sit in a
No,
chair.
you're just
Oh.
stuck as a dragon until someone dispels it. But I mean,
Until-
people can dispel it for you. if
Stuck.
you- But why would you ever
Still a
not want to
cool
be a dragon?
dragon.
First of all, yeah. Let's get that out of the way.
To sit at my desk for one without smashing it into a million pieces.
That seems like you just need a bigger desk.
You could use a house as a desk.
You're selling me
Yeah.
on this more and more.
You
But
just
then
get a
you would
bunch
need
of
to
servants
buy-
to make a
I-
big desk
I'd
for
still-
you.
I'd still rather wait.
It's still
Dragons
expensive.
don't buy things. Dragons don't buy things.
I will get a very big desk. I'm fine with that. But I would like to talk to the world eaters first and not have to explain to them why I'm a dragon suddenly.
Fair. It's ultimately the people that I think it would be most worth turning into dragons are Coin and Saphira. So ultimately, it's up to you guys because
My
I
con-
will not transmogrify you without your consent.
I'm
So-
totally down. My concern is can't use the Chrononacrum key if we do that.
Correct.
Presumably.
We would.
You'd need to move it.
So, yeah. Normally, what happens is if your attunements would be preserved. So if we really needed it, we could dispel the dragon form, and you could go back to being Coin and use the Chrononacrum. But that would be a whole extra 9th level spell slot to dispel it, and
Yeah. So
unless Eric, if you transform into something, does that end your attunements, or are you just not able to use the
You're
items
just not
in
able to
new
use
form?
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could go back to being Coin, and use the. You've got a good point. The Chrononacrum key and any other attuned items are inaccessible.
yeah.
While
So unless someone else is able to take the Chrononacrum key, I don't know how accessible it would be for one of us to dispel it. Because if Coin's popping that, it's an emergency to begin with. And like, if one of the people capable of dispelling go down or die,
yeah,
Coin can't really reverse that, and he doesn't have access to any of his traits, right? Like his
Right.
class or race traits.
Nope.
correct.
So he can't bring you back to life
Yep.
as a monk if that happens.
The only thing to that is, I will say we have at least 3 people who can dispel. I think Saphir technically can as well, if we
That's
give
fair.
you the scroll. So we'd have 4 people who could dispel, although it's a high level spell, so we'd have to still roll for it.
That makes
Yeah, it
me
would
feel
be
a
a
little better.
DC-19.
I still think there are scenarios where it's like that's 2 actions to dispel, and then Coin uses the Chrononacrum key, which is a big margin for, Cataclysm. If the enemy's turn order is in between those 2 actions.
Well, the other,
Yes,
other
yeah.
option is you could give the key to someone else, but I don't know who you give it to.
Question
Yeah.
for Eric:
Yes, sir.
would Cleanse Touch and Polymorph, if they're willing,
I'm sorry, repeat that?
would Cleansing Touch, which I just posted in the chat, would that end True Polymorph with no roll as long as they're willing?
It ends a spell.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Cool.
Oh, well, there you
So
go. There's our
I
way
do have
out.
an instant hit you button to turn it off.
Oh,
Is the good news.
That's
but it's,
good.
it's the same.
It's
the
still an
same-
action.
Coin is fundamentally Coin is right.
True.
It would be trading one set of resources for another set of resources, and while that new additional set of resources would be extremely strong, meaning we'd have 2 dragons and an extra 500 hit points and 2 breath weapons across the party, we would be giving up whatever benefits that you guys would have in your
Yeah. And
your
I mean,
regular forms. Coin's
to be clear,
Stunning
I'd
Strike
love-
is ultimate mercy.
Yeah.
Your poison.
But let's be
Uh,
honest,
yeah.
it's a lot of those probably not going to be like the stunning strike will be good, but I expect like dragon could probably be more valuable in combat, but coin could be non-combat valuable as a grung. So
And there's also a chance that Sigeos has the ability to do some shapeshifting, right? He can turn into a humanoid form.
yeah,
Like there's a chance we know that there's going to be tunnels and like inside a maze inside the citadel. What if it's too small for a dragon? And then we're just
True.
yeah.
I would
I
be
also think-
massively disappointed. We could just
That-
do some.
that could be an issue.
We could change the scenery. You know, do some demolition work maybe.
There's also a really good chance that he's just gonna dispel it himself because he is a very powerful mage.
I mean, if he does
So-
that, I'm okay with that. That's like an
Well,
acceptable.
so what I'm saying is it might actually make sense to wait anyway till he started burning through a lot of his spells, and then if we can suddenly do it, yes, we'll have to focus on keeping concentration, but at least then he won't be able to easily dispel it. Hopefully.
There's risks either way, because if we cast it in his presence, he might be able to counterspell it or interrupt the casting some other way, and yeah, it's either way. Neither way is foolproof. I don't think one option is strictly better than the other. I think we hold off for now because there's too many ways that it could go wrong and be wasted.
Yeah,
There's
too many variables.
It's hard because it's a really, truly, incredibly powerful resource, and we want to use it wisely. Are there other creatures that you might want to turn into other than dragons?
There's a lot of choices.
Yeah.
You know what you guys can do? You guys can figure that out during the week.
That is very reasonable.
Because the world leaders are landing.
Mm-hmm.
Narzel disembarks from the little red dinghy. Seems like you got quite a few helpers.
Oh yeah.
So,
Turns out
here.
a lot of people hate this bastard, and
Looks like it.
Sounds like they all wanted to come out and play when it counted.
alright. Well, so we're just going in there and assaulting the place, right?
Oh yeah. So we've gotten a bit more intel.
Sure.
We're still figuring out the layout and where we're gonna be walking when we get there.
I thought the layout was us hitting the dragon and it got laid out.
Yeah, I mean you could. That's pretty dead on. Now that
The
we're all here,
dragon's the one that's going to be dead on that island.
sorry, I am talking to like 30 people here.
I've been
I'm
talking
running out of
as 30
steam.
people.
Yeah. Coin's gonna tell Narzal, like, we've got this crate of inflatable dinghy boats.
Well, that's
And-
great.
When the time comes for us to leave, you're gonna have to give one of these to each of your ships, and we're going to approach from small boat, right up, jump on, kick some ass.
Sounds good. And we're going up the sides and you're going right up the middle, right?
Oh yeah, you're gonna flank them. At least a portion of your fleet is going to flank. Now, you don't have to do an entire flank.
As long as we don't have to deal with them. And he nods at the black ships.
Yeah, this is some additional resources we've been given.
Sounds good. That's quite a doozy of a storm. You got to wade through that.
Yeah, we're still working at the kinks, I reckon. And I need to talk to somebody while we're touched down here. So, how do you feel about Coin's looking back to his crew here too? On taking voyage at the break of dawn.
I'm not against it, but also real quick before you stop speaking with Nargle, you might want to mention Emery Rosie's warning.
I'm down. Coin would convey it, but Justin, I don't. Since I in character wasn't the one learning that, I don't really know how to convey it. So what would he be saying?
Oh, I mean, it's mostly they, after this battle, need to kind of return back to their territory without raiding and looting along the way because Amuro is watching, and if determines that they're a threat, it could be an issue. Yeah.
Gotcha. I remember now. So, Narzal,
Yeah.
I just want to re-clarify the conditions of this raid, which is that your fleet is going to aid in smashing and bashing and breaking the door open and taking what you want from this island, Akeda, from Sigeos' citadel. But once this is concluded, very important, you cannot be, looting and pillaging and causing trouble on your way back home. You really, and I can't stress this enough, need to beeline back to Shu.
Why?
Because some figures much larger than you or I. Can Coin do like an insight on whether name dropping Emery's
That's up to
Rosie,
you.
is it a good or bad idea?
That's up to you.
I wanted insight whether it's a good or bad idea to explicitly say the
With
name.
a 23, it could be good. It could be bad. It's an impressive name, but he may see that as a challenge.
Okay. He's gonna say, like, in the aftermath of this raid, the geopolitical ecosystem is gonna change a lot without his influence, and you stand to benefit more from getting back to Shu as soon as possible to benefit off of that, to get power in one corner of the world and then expand it back eastward. And if you start from the east, you're going to show up to a bunch of sea cops at your front door when you get back. You could call this deception. You could call, I think it's persuasion.
It's persuasion.
Personally.
Yeah. Sorry.
20.
The 20. He looks at you. That's fine. Figure we got to drop off the treasure anyway.
True that. So, break it down. We're going to send out all our dinghy boats. You're going to flank, maybe a third, 2/3 of your fleet. We'll say, like, south. You're going to wrap around the south bend of Akeda, while we're going to attack from the northeast.
Sounds good.
I reckon these other fleets, not with you, are going to aid us in the frontal assault. Maybe hit the north end. Just
Right.
trying to really, wrap our resources here.
Not a problem.
I'm pausing to really, because I'm trying to convey everything
Yep.
that is important to this plan. But we still don't know a whole lot about the actual layout.
Right?
So, Coin's gonna say, like, I won't pull your ear too long, but in the morning before we go, if I get any more information, I will pass it to you, and I expect you to pass it to your people as well.
I can do that.
For the time being, drink well, live weller, and get ready for the morning.
You know what, Cito and Coin? It's a pleasure doing business with you. May you live as long as you want, and not want for as long as you live.
Coin reaches out for a handshake.
He reaches out and grips your hand. It's like a dad gripping an infant's hand.
Coin tries to shake it, but I imagine Narzal does most of the shaking.
He accommodates your attempt to shake.
Trying to pull a rock up and down.
Well, seems like you got quite a party here, and I'm an introvert. You guys have a good time. I'll see you on the hard side.
Ditto.
Good luck.
Luck! Don't believe in it. We make our own fortunes.
Well, I did.
Good.
not get carried away.
He jumps into his dinghy and begins rowing back out to his ship.
Bryn reflects on his statement that he makes his own fortunes in the knowledge that Bryn, not too long ago, was deciding whether or not to recommend the very powerful nature spirit to sink his entire fleet, and is wondering if he made the right choice by not telling her to do so.
We'll find out.
He thinks he's making his own fortune, but we think that in a way we're making part of his fortune for him. I wonder if we think we're making our own fortunes and someone else has already decided what they are.
Matthew thinks that Bryn is overthinking things.
That's how I stay alive, is by overthinking things. Better to overthink things than to underthink things.
I think Bryn needs to stuff his face with garlic bread.
As you hand him a loaf, Bryn, can you resist it?
The garlic bread?
Yeah.
Oh, Bryn doesn't try to resist the garlic bread. He'll munch on it thoughtfully.
Understood. It's that perfect crispy crust, super soft center, and the butter. I don't know how he keeps it warm, but still warm and juicy.
Well, if we all die tomorrow, we'll at least died having eaten garlic bread. But if we all die tomorrow, we'll die and we won't get to have any more garlic bread. Maybe that's the meaning of life.
Garlic bread?
Garlic bread.
Maybe the meaning of life is whatever's in your hand right now, and not what's going to be in it later or what used to be in it.
That's not quite where I was going, but I appreciate the.
I'm aware. I'm offering you an alternative viewpoint, which is sometimes you have to accept where you are and not get lost in where you might be. Because the most control you have is what decisions you're making right now, moment to moment.
We're thinking about
what you do going forward, as opposed to what you might have done.
Oh, that's how I like to think about it too.
Thinking about.
Coin will split off from this social gathering at some point to go more inland.
Okay.
I don't imagine there's like a mountainous area nearby, but
it's a rocky cliff face. Yep, you can easily go up that.
He's trying to separate a bit off to a quiet place. And I don't think he would totally know how to do this, so he's just it's going to start off as like a monk meditating, which for Coin is talking to himself, complimenting himself, and coming up with like a game plan for what he's going to do. And at some point, this will evolve into meditation, eyes closed, head lowers. It's eventually he ducks down as an Austrian wayfinder.
Yes, sir.
To attempt to commune with Jati Kam.
Ooh. All right. As you attempt to commune with Jati Kam, you are able to reach out and contact the primal spirit of Australian Earth. Hello,
hey, Jati.
Coin. I have felt the disturbances that your people have caused. I am hopeful that you can end Sagaeos.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the picnic, because someone knocked over my drink, and I was very disturbed by that. But also, I agree.
Such trivial matters. We're better than that, Coin.
I suppose we are. I believe we're on track to handle Sagaeos, to protect the lands and to knock this thing out.
Indeed.
But it's hard to have your ear to the ground on the high seas. It's even harder
True.
for an island, an isolated landmass. And we've done every bit of planning to get there, but it's not a lot of planning once we're there. And I just figuring you're kind of like a neighbor to Akeda, so to speak.
Yes.
What do you know exactly of Sageos, obviously, but also just what it's gonna look like when we touch ground there?
I can tell you what it looked like before Shalone and her wrath arrived. The shoreline is craggy and rocky, devoid of greenery. It is blasted by various elementals that he has twisted from our will. He has stolen them from Australia and given them intelligence. The Tao are on the shorelines. The rivers teem with elemental spirits that have been twisted and corrupted. The air itself may be toxic. Nature itself is twisted and bereft of reason there. Sageos is evil, Sea-Toad Coin. It is because of this and your vow to destroy him that I imbued you with power the first time. I trust that my faith in you was justified. The fact that you've brought so many people to bear to assault his isle proves that your intent is good. The question becomes, can you follow through?
That's $1 million question, all right. I can only hope that I'm made of durable enough stuff to do it.
You are durable enough, Coin. It is your will that matters. Do not lose who you are. Stay true to yourself and to the friends that you brought before me. Do this, and you will prevail in time. We will join me for eternity.
Coin feels a surge of motivation from that. And he will say, like, Estrella doesn't deserve to be corrupted or taken or misused the way Sageos has done. And tomorrow we'll make the steps to undo that wrong.
Very well. Sea-Toad Coin, remember, on Australian soil, I am your friend. On Akeda, you have only the friends that you bring with you.
That I do. Thank
Beware
you,
of Sageos, he's a deceiver. Do not take him lightly.
I won't.
Very well. Farewell, friend.
Farewell, Rock Brother. Coin will remain a little bit longer in his meditative stance, or his meditative sit, returning back into his own thoughts for a bit. Who knows what they are, but after some time, wide shot of the party again. Coin will walk back into frame from the distance.
As you're walking towards the party, Coin, you can see in the distance a humanoid shape walking across the waves towards the party from the storm.
One not seen from the portal or the fleet or
Correct.
anything. Coin, I guess I would say a perception check.
Sure. Two-toed Coin, you easily make out the form of Pitney Bones walking across the water towards the party.
I think Coin would react hastily to that. At first, he looks at it, squints to make sure,
There's no mistaking her.
and then at this point, I think he's just going to start swinging his. He's swinging his rope dart in a circle to prepare it, and he just starts bolting towards Pitney Bones. He launches himself over the party entirely,
Okay.
soaring above everyone at this.
She looks at you leap over the party, and she's still 100 feet away, approaching. As you're on the shoreline, are you running across the waves towards her?
I think he's going to land at the shore, and she's approaching from out sea.
Yep.
Ooh, it's tricky, but I think Coin is going. He's like, I hope this works. He's gonna give the nod. The actual combat nod to his party.
Gets
Who,
ready. Comes back.
Raw weapons.
I half hesitantly draw and then see other people drawing and really excitedly fully draw.
Okay.
and he's going to call out, Pitney Bones, what's your business?
She takes a few more steps, but gets within 100 feet of you. I'd like to parley. Sea toad coin.
Yeah, I hear they're having a open house at Davy Jones's locker. Why don't you go check that out?
I've been down there. You should join me sometime.
I'm good.
You've got quite a few friends.
Yeah, in terms of strategy, I don't really see yours. This is maybe the worst possible time and place.
Well, will you at least listen to me talk?
Keep talking.
Fine. Be rude and don't allow an old woman to sit.
Remember the last time that we let you sit?
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, squatters' rights don't apply here, so you can stay right where you are.
Fine. Coin. I have a deal to propose. If you'll make a deal with me, I can make your life on Akeda easier.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I know that you'll likely succeed against Zageos. There's a chance. In spite of all of his paranoia and the defenses of his island, there's a chance that you could pull this off.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. I don't see how it affects you.
Boyd, I'm a prisoner on the island.
Beg pardon?
I'm a prisoner on the island right now. Zageos is paranoid. He's taken me captive. I'm in a cell on the 3rd basement level right now.
Coin looks around like, and
Wait, so this is our problem? Well, why is it our problem?
If you take care of Zageos and you let me have the island, Coin, I'll give you the deed to the ships that Zageos has hidden on the island. I'll tell you how to unlock them and how to prevent the island from exploding when he dies.
okay, so that last part in particular feels a lot more important than everything else you just said.
Well, that's why I
Explode?
saved it for last.
It's important to her, not us. She's stuck on the island.
Oh,
That's a good point, actually. I don't
if,
really.
if I die here, I'll come back. Just like I always do, Sea Toad Coin.
Well, yeah, you're literally walking on water, so I believe
Wait,
that.
if you're just gonna come back, why are you so invested in getting out then?
It's a pain in the ass, Ruzid.
Great, then I'm happy to make it more painful for you.
Fine. I see there's no dealing with you anymore. Once long ago, Bryn would deal with me. We had a decent relationship, and everyone kept their promises. Even me. Uses
Sir,
that.
I made a deal
office.
with you. I made a
Right.
deal with you because I didn't have the heart to kill you in cold blood. A mistake which I now regret and won't be making again.
Fine.
So just to be clear, you coated my office in black tar and tried to blow me up maybe less than a week ago.
Don't forget the
Well.
voodoo dolls.
And the voodoo thing. Not cool.
Well, you know. The
But-
girl has to try.
But you know, above all of it, this just seems like a terrible deal for me. One, if Zageos is dead, deeds to his ship, listen, like I'm a man of honor, but I don't really think those deeds matter at that point. I can kind of just take the ship. Two, you in control of Akeda. I mean, that's swapping out a monster for a monster. No offense. Actually, no, offense.
Fine, Coin. I thought I could deal with you as a businessman. I see now that there's no friendship here at all. None whatsoever. It's such a shame. Fine.
You got that right. Unless you came here to invest in grung chess or get in on an early corncob shop operation, I suggest you kindly turn your bony ass around and walk back out to the horizon.
Wait, one last thing. If the island's gonna explode when we kill Sageos, we better have a plan to like teleport in the
wait,
next like
wait,
6
wait.
seconds.
Now that ain't what she said. She
Oh.
said that she could tell us how to stop the island from exploding. It could
Oh, but we
be
could
that the
still figure
island
it out on our own.
Coin
well,
wants
that
to do.
and could be that the island wouldn't explode and she'd just tell us we don't have to do it.
Coin wants to do an insight check to see if he's thinking, is she bluffing? Like maybe it's not going to explode, and she's just trying to get leverage.
Roll your insight check.
Like how
He
authentic
bounces a fae.
does she
She might
sound?
be a bastard, but if she's making a deal, she's not going to lie to us.
With a 24, she seems sincere.
Hmm. I really have no intent of helping you, but island exploding could be an issue for me. the closest thing you would get for a deal, and this would be a deal of a lifetime, is that I don't help you. I don't let you out of prison, but I prevent the explosion, giving you some time to figure out whatever you're gonna do. You find your own way out. That's on you.
Fine, Coin. I tried. I did. But this deal doesn't benefit me either. So be it. Enemies forever.
Suit yourself.
Poof.
Shake on it.
I'm so glad
Susan
we got that
underlines
one
her
out of the
name on the
way.
list.
Now
Okay,
we're
you can-
enemies forever.
You can definitely add that one to the list now, Sason.
Oh no, she's on there, just highlighting her.
Okay, we'll just bolden it then.
You should write the word
Start it.
forever on there.
I'll
Forever.
put little hearts with like a little squiggly mark in the middle to show they've been broken next to her name.
Just add the emphasis. Coin puts his weapon away and re-nods to resheath.
I really don't think one of the nods was to sheath.
No, I didn't get that either. But yeah,
I believe it was a
fine.
shake
Like,
hands to
Now
put
I
the
have- now I
swords
have
away.
Two weapons out.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw.
Nod up, weapons out,
Another
nod
one
down,
is
weapons
really
away. Basic.
I'll nod, yes.
I thought nod down was you start casting spells.
I thought it was surprise weapons out.
No, nod up is be ready for combat. Nod down is disengage. Leftwise, left counterclockwise nod means surprise attack. So just start swinging spells.
Wait. Okay,
Clockwise
nod.
nod is start swinging physical combat.
This is too many signs. I'm not going to remember this crap coin. Just tell me what to do.
Wait,
when we
I
get to
gave
the
you all
battle.
a pamphlet.
I'm not reading that crap.
Got wet.
That
Which one
explains a
is
lot.
up, down, left, right, left, right?
I was
That's
No,
the
that's a
resurrection.
draw.
I think that's a
That's not
copy
superior
stain on the
shoes.
pamphlet. Anyways, Coins put his rope dart back onto his belt, and he'll walk back to the group.
Okay.
Also, I just realized while you're having that conversation with Pitney, can we give Salty Sison the true polymorph?
Nope.
Oh.
Can't really learn or be modified. He's kind of a stasis of Sazin at the
So-
moment of creation.
I was going to ask Eric a
Okay.
question about that because it says that he's a creature, so I didn't know if he could be targeted by that, because then the flip side would be that if he can't, then he can't be subjected to spells that change him from like the enemy.
Let me pull up Simulacrum.
You're gonna talk your way into making Salty Sison untouchable.
Okay.
I've always wanted a
He's a
salty
creature.
dragon.
See here.
Nothing in the spell suggests you can't do it, but nothing in the spell also doesn't suggest you can. I don't know. It says it's a creature.
Yeah.
That is true, and creatures can't be polymorphs. But
I definitely agree with Kyle's take where either he's immune to both aspects or he can have it happen and then, the detriment could happen to him too.
Agreed.
So the question was, can he be true polymorphed?
That was the initial either that or can he be subject to enemy targets?
Okay. It is a illusory duplicate, so I'm going to say no, it cannot be true polymorph because it's an illusion.
Okay. So
And it can't
that
be
works in both
targeted either?
ways. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it can be targeted by attacks, sure. Because it has hit points.
Yeah, I just meant like things that would transform us in theory, then it would have no effect on him.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can't be wild magicked into a little rat.
No,
or
because it's
something.
basically a snow and ice thing that has already been transformed into something.
I see.
So you're basically already duplicating ice and snow into the form of Saison.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Fair enough.
Again, it's working both ways that way makes complete sense.
That's the only way I can really do it.
That makes sense, but I will say that, like, from a purely logical perspective, snow and ice, which is in itself a different form of water,
Wait, hold up.
like snow can be rearranged into anything, the snowman or.
Wait, let him cook.
I'm just
water
saying,
in the
like,
dragon.
the material it's comprised of is a very malleable,
Well, by that
remashable
logic,
material.
I'm also water, so that means, like, even when I'm a dragon, so then that means I can stack my polymorphs, right?
So this is where I get to do this lovely thing that I very rarely do for you guys. And I'm just going to say the word that I very rarely say, no.
You know what? I'll take that at face value. That's fine.
Thank you
No
for trusting me,
rules lawyer.
guys. I do my best.
Yeah,
But sometimes we have to just call it.
that's fair.
Yeah, well, at that point,
Yeah,
I was
Simulacrum is just like one of the most broken
It's
spells.
one of the most
in 5th
so
edition.
confusing. It has
Yeah.
so many things that just the DM Fiat needs to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because you
I
basically
would
just
make
create
it
another party member, and if
Yeah.
it's not like if it's
And-
not regulated,
Yeah.
it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's Pandora's box.
So we're just going to just say you created Salty Saison. He has a bad attitude. We did establish that last time. But as far as creating more or shape changing him into something else, no. You have Salty Saison. Congrats.
Okie doke.
Cool.
I'm glad that we have him.
He's bunking with you, Saison.
How do you tell them apart? One of them has a ton of armor, and the other one's basically just in undies.
We should really
Well,
get him a cloak.
Salty Saison's in winter form.
Okay. So that just means he's cold?
He has blue hair.
Eladrin, yeah, he's got,
Okay,
he's got
blue hair.
frosted tips.
Blue hair. What does that mean, winter form? Like, what does that entail?
Eladrin have different forms depending on. I mean, they can change based on their moods, or like basically every long rest you can change between seasonal forms, which change your teleportation ability a little bit.
Okay. Okay, but that's not clothing.
Actual physical changes. No, so he's just in random clothing and bits that we had hanging around because we don't have a full second set of my armor and such.
Just spare shirts.
I thought we got him some leather armor.
That's true. We got that. We have a +1 rapier. We had a +2 shield in the bag. I don't know if we gave him
I have
anything
a
else.
+2 scimitar if he wants it. Like, I'd literally never use this. I've had it for, like, God knows
Does
how
it-
long.
As long as it doesn't need attunement, we can give it to him.
Does not
Okay, cool.
require attunement. Yeah,
Yep.
if he wants it, or if you want to give him it, I've had this scimitar for like 2 real-world years, and I have not used
Dual
it.
wield.
Not an option.
I think he has to use a shield because without anything else, his armor class is really low.
Just let me know if you want it. I'll take it off inventory.
Yeah, you keep that for now. I think the +1 rapier is better because it has better base damage. So we might just actually no. I guess the +2 might be better.
As you guys are seated here,
+2 has the accuracy bonus.
Yeah,
One-
the accuracy bonus plus the guaranteed +1 damage. Yeah, I think that's actually probably better.
as you guys are
Alright,
seated
I'll-
here,
I'll
a
just-
magical cloud begins emanating from the hurricane, crawling across the waves in your direction. The gray mist seems to take the form of a large, bony hand. Pitney Bones is sending a gift towards you guys.
A middle finger.
As
A
it
good
crawls
gift or a
towards,
bad gift?
it will reach out and split into 7 fingers, one for each of you. And as it reaches out, The fingers reach down, and even if you try to run, will chase you down, and need each of you to roll a Constitution saving throw of a DC 20.
Ooh.
Okay, I have a plus 12. I guess are we all grouped up right now? Is Sison near us?
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
would
it's
assume
30
so.
I would assume so.
Me or Salty Siphon, so yeah, you should be
So
fine.
then
We're
is
dressing up
this a magical
salty,
is this
so-
a magical effect?
It is a magical effect, yes, sir.
Okay, then I get plus 17 an advantage.
Awesome. Cool. So,
We get advantage.
I don't believe you do.
That's fine.
Okay.
I
Everyone
think we-
should get advantage.
Everyone does
That's
get
what
advantage, okay?
Was out.
Understood.
I haven't put away from the nod.
I'm gonna choose to not use
Okay.
it.
Cool. Sea-Toad Coin, Saphira, Tati. The three of you are afflicted with mummy rot.
Oh no!
Fitting.
How do we
Oh.
know? What's it look like?
As you begin to suffer, these patches of your skin just begin to slough off. It's unpleasant. You begin to itch all over.
For all the times I complained about the mummy rot antidote, I guess
All right, let's draw straws for who gets the one we already have in the bag
well,
of
if there's
holding.
one thing that Pitney
I've
Bones
got
is
one
good
on
at,
my character sheet.
it's trolling.
Okay, Saphira, rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Right.
I'm gonna type in roll 20, my rock, paper, scissors. And on 3, we'll both type it.
Okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, shoot. Saphira wins.
Best 2 out of 3.
No, deal, deal.
Alright, I'll make my own. Fine, take it.
All right.
I give Coin a mummy rot antidote.
Okay.
Like an extra or just the one you have?
The one I have.
You sure?
It
Okay.
doesn't look good for a grunk to be.
I can heal to that. I can take care of it if you need it.
Tell you what, I will take this, Tati. Thank you, and I can make an antidote for you as needed.
Hey.
So Coin will drink that. Does it just fully?
It cures it. Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
We do not
I'm
have.
just gonna lay on hands, and Tati, I'll just heal it from you.
Understood.
Does that
Thank you.
does that permanently heal it?
It does.
Okay, that works then.
So you guys have foiled Pitney Bones' wish for the day.
Did you use the word?
For the day.
I have so much respect. That is the ultimate petty move.
We're gonna have to. This complicates things.
Truly, like, you know, if it weren't for like us having that specific counter, I would have said very well played on her part. You know,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
guys.
it does make our job harder though.
That
because
validated a
not only is-
quest we took forever ago. Never got value out of.
Let's go attack her before she gets back a wish spell.
What were you saying, Bryn?
Well, not only is Pitney Bones on the island, and we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with her. Apparently, the island's gonna blow up. We should.
Listen, it sounds like no. That's the solution to the exact problem you're saying. It blows up, she dies, and we're good.
Well, no, she can. She's a hag. She can come back from something as trivial as getting blown up. It's
She's a
which is why
hag?
she. Of
Well, we
course
get
she's
her
a
off
hag.
our back for a week then, while she
You didn't notice?
regenerates.
Yeah,
She just kind
I
of looks
mean-
skeletally.
It's. I think. So
the way
we have a
she
unique-
worded it made it
we have
seem
a
like if
unique
she,
opportunity.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead, Coin.
the way she worded it, if she dies, it seems like a setback. So she won't be on our back for a week.
But we also, if she's truly trapped here, this gives us a unique opportunity. I'm not sure we are equipped to take advantage of it. But if I think the island blowing up is bad because it frees Pitney Bones and kills all of us. So I think that we want to stop that from happening.
Ditto.
I mean, yeah, we could just, if we just kill Pitney Bones, I agree, a temporary setback is better than no setback. But
Is there any way to permanently deal with her?
Well, she's a lich, yeah.
We can just
don't believe
true
so.
polymorph her.
Do we think if we
Oh,
kill her,
that's really funny.
that actually, yeah. I wonder
That's
if
so
Ron could, like,
funny.
try and steal
Let's turn her
soul
into
or
a
something.
frog.
Oh, that would be,
Yeah,
oh
just put
my
some salt in
God.
the wound.
That would be the worst fate imaginable. Is to just true polymorph Pitney Bones and keep her in a box.
Yeah, we gotta keep her somewhere safe so she doesn't get hurt. We wouldn't want that.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer in a box on a shelf. That's the saying.
And then oh my gosh, that would be the most evil thing we could
The way you're
possibly do.
phrasing it, it sounds like it would accomplish the goal.
It would definitely for a much longer period of time because true polymorph lasts until dispelled if it's permanent, and I think she would still be Pitney Bones. Like I think if we true polymorph her into a frog and then kill the frog, we would have to do some research to find out if her hag abilities would let her come back from that. I don't know if she has to die as a hag.
All right, we're pinning that one. We're pinning that one on the board as
It's
an option.
Definitely an option. If we can find a way to defeat Sigeos and keep Pitney Bones locked up, I think that's ideal. And while I think we should use the resources we've been given to defeat Sigeos, including our true polymorph spell, I think if somehow we beat Sigeos and still have true polymorph, I think Pitney gets frogged.
Ditto.
True polymorph, you can turn them into an object, right?
Well, yeah, but that's just so much less fun.
Turn her into
Yeah.
a coin.
I would settle for
Yeah.
a frog statue.
Turn into
I
a frog
agree with
statue,
that.
and then we do the interdimensional space strat we did for the evil crystal.
Just drop it in a bowl.
Just drop her in there and leave her forever.
I'd turn her into a coin with my face on it. That nothing would make me happier. And I'll be giving 2 thumbs up. I'll be mugging the coin. I think we should focus on dealing with Sigeos, and then we can cross that bridge when it's blowing up.
Agreed, but we need to consider the consequences to us.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, ultimately, Pitney was always going to be the final boss of this campaign. If we have a chance to take her out,
Oh yeah.
Should we instruct a trusted group of individuals to search the island for these bombs or whatever might blow it up, and see if they can try and disarm it from
They have
their
the
end?
right to know. They have the
Yeah.
right to know. We should tell them that what's going on, and that if
Oh yeah.
Sigeos's death, I mean, there might be I don't know how easily we can incapacitate him without killing him, or if we have to search for some kind of ward that's triggered to blow up, or some kind of enormous contingency.
Oh, by the way, I spoke to Jati Kam and got a little bit of information. I don't know how up to date it is, but he told me, and Cloyne will repeat everything Jati Kam told him, but in a nutshell, the island, at least historically, was covered in like corrupted elementals and Tao taken from Estrella. The air toxic. I don't know if that means it's not breathable or it's poison. Take that how you will. And then obviously nature itself has been, twisted beyond reason.
Hey, is the spell protection from good and evil, does that ward against elementals?
I'm fairly confident it does. Allow me to check.
Might be worth stocking it, because we have heard from other sources that Sigeos binds elementals and nature spirits to his will, and Jatikam seems to be confirming that in great detail. So if we can take extra precautions against elementals that might save us some trouble later.
Yes. Aberration, Celestial, Fey, Fiend, Undead. Yep.
We can
I'll
tell
only be
our
able to
allies
focus on
that as
2
well.
people myself, but that's important to note. And also, if we are going to rest before the actual attack, I could put it into Saphira's spell toolbox thingy.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing, Coin. That's really helpful.
Great. Cool. So as you guys begin your final preparations to head towards Akeda, we'll pick up next week as all your allies are ready to go. The additional resources that Crystal Latte and Isaac brought to bear have been delivered. The fleet of Jerome and the rest of the Centaur pirates are there. The World Eaters are here. The Longstriders Consortium has shown up in force. The Blue Cloaks have even sent associates. You guys have many resources to assist you. What lies on the Isle of Akeda? We'll find out next week for the Toivoan Trainwreck. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. This was a ton of fun to run for you guys today. I've been prepping this for a while.
Lane.
Yeah. This was a lot of prep work to get done for you guys to get all the ducks in a row. But thanks again to Crystal Latte and to Isaac for coming in and role-playing, because it was a blast to have them come in. Do you watch the FYI channel in Discord? Check out the Patreon where we do early announcements. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up on there. And if you want one of the cool iris magnets for the holidays, pick these up over at gmeric.com. These go on your fridge and will prevent any rust monsters from showing up in your kitchen or near your car. If you do take a picture of a rust monster, send it to me and I'll give you your money back on the magnet if it's near your fridge or your car. Have a wonderful week, guys. Please stay safe. And we'll be back on Friday for the Friday Night Lights. As the one person you guys really missed from the consortium was Kerfex.
Yeah.
And they're trying to rescue him.